I did once.
I have.
I just did.
Confessions of a teenage D&D group. That's
No.
us. Hello, and
We're all
welcome
like
to
30.
32 years old.
hello and welcome to Charmed Person.
Hello.
As is our new structure, business at the top. Um,
Party of the
so
night.
this coming Thursday, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we have another episode of Strahd coming up for you all. I'm sure there will be many more shenanigans to come because it's been ridiculous so far. Um, and then after that, we are back with this same group of people as the continuation of this session next Sunday. And I think that's about all the announcements that we have to do at the top.
To do.
So,
Badoo.
jumping in, because it's been quite a while since our last session, which actually wasn't even chronologically our last adventure with the soon-to-be called group of muffins. So, we're going to do a little bit of a quick recap from the beginning to now. So, our adventure begun during a visit from each of you, including our friend Thane, to Candlekeep. Seemingly a clerical error all kind of led you all to the same study room, accidentally, maybe intentionally, by this mysterious red-headed vow that then disappeared without a trace. Once you were all there, you opened a portal to a mansion in a pocket dimension, saw a dude die right then and there before escaping from that pocket dimension, and with that adventure, kind of made a name for yourself with Candlekeep, and maybe had some more to follow. So the next time you all got together was to investigate some books that were attacking people, which actually kept you in Baldur's Gate. You maybe had some ill-timed or ill will, we'll say, of decisions to make when you met a group of jackalwares that were behind these books, causing a name for yourself even within Baldur's Gate, though a very different name that you had tried to establish for yourself in Candlekeep, and maybe had to lie low a little bit after that. The next adventure, again, another 3 months kind of between each of these so far, was this time brought to Opal directly, and a raven brought you a book that also had a map inside. After following that map and meeting some interesting characters, and Thane seeing you all die, but getting there just in time to make it not happen, as that was a vision that definitely was planned to happen the entire time. You found the mansion at the end of this map, found your way also into the Shadowfell, defeated a bunch of ghouls, bunch of baddies, and also released a tortured soul from a raven and sent her on her way. A lot happened in that, including Ezra somehow aging even younger than she actually was. And we'll say when you got back to Baldur's Gate, Tiersin, Ryvar's mentor, was able to alleviate those 7 years. So storyline wise, you're back to how old you were for the rest of our adventures we've
Dang
already
it.
had.
Dang it.
Which leads us to the two simultaneous adventures that our party had split up to do. We first had Ryvar and Opal. Everyone actually got the same message from God, I almost said Madame Tyceroy. Nope, that's very wrong.
Uh-oh. Worlds collide. That's how it
Worlds
fits in.
colliding. We got the same message from Candlekeep, and Ryvar and Opal just happened to be a little quicker than everyone else. So they went to Candlekeep and then were told to go investigate an abandoned town that seems to be abandoned and quiet in a mysterious way, and eventually found out that there was some fairy creatures that were attracted there because of trauma that the town endured with their mine collapsing, which was a platinum mine. And you were able to defeat the fey creatures there, alleviate the kind of dread that was over the town wall, maybe seeing some visions that unsettled you at the same time. A little behind you guys, Thomas and Ezra made their way to Candlekeep and just got the word that you had just left and it would be hard to catch up with Opal and Ryvar, so the two of you decided to stay the night at Candlekeep. Unfortunately, a school group caused you to have to stay in the cellar of the House of Rest, along with a couple other denizens that were visiting or working at Candlekeep. And in that cellar, you discovered that there was another dark creature that cursed people to have a rhyme stuck in their head that would eventually lead to their death. Once again, somehow miraculously, one of your party members barely escaped death with needing to crush this dark spirit, led to a giant stone book dropping on top of Mr. Thomas and somehow not killing him, but almost killing him, where he was able to barely walk away from that experience. And all of that led you all to now knowing each other for a full year. All of that took place in a year, and at this point that our adventure begins, it has been a year since that interesting day on a visit to Candlekeep, or stumbling into Candlekeep for in Ezra's case, of meeting this party, meeting your friends, becoming a family in some regard, bickering in other regards, bonding. All of that has led you to this point in this next adventure, which begins with a letter you don't really expect, because this one is from Sprig. They sent you a letter, accompanied by a blueberry lemon scone,
Dibs.
very tightly wrapped. You each got
Dibs.
your own letter, don't
Oh,
worry.
okay.
But they
Sorry.
sent you all a letter individually saying that they were sending the entire group a letter requesting aid because one of their friends in another avowed at Candlekeep seemed really down on himself, and Sprig couldn't really bring them out of it. And they were hoping, Sprig was hoping that you guys could come to Candlekeep and take their friend on an adventure or brighten up his mood somehow, but figured Sprig thinks highly of you. You guys could figure something out, take him to do something fun, even if it's just a quick camping trip out in the woods, something like that. Because both Sprig and his friend think pretty highly of you guys after all your adventures. And so the four of you, Thane somehow not being available this time around, but meet as Opal and Rival did in the edge of Baldur's Gate in a little section called Rivington. You guys have now established a tavern called the Mouse Trap. That is where you guys meet when you get individual letters so you don't have to track each other down as much. Decided that that's a good meeting spot for basically the dawn of the next day. If we're heading to Candlekeep, that's where we'll meet. So you all meet at the Mousetrap, make your way to Candlekeep, and that's kind of where we're going to really start along the way. I'm going to leave it open to you guys if you want to kind of RP anything on the way, because it is about a 4 or 5 day travel. So if there's anything specifically you'd like to do, it's an uneventful travel. You won't have to do perception checks, things like that. We're going to skip ahead a little bit, but since we're just getting started and maybe some of you hadn't seen each other in a while, opening it up to some chats, some role play, some events that you'd like to do. Ezra.
I have made a personalized comic book for each member of my party, celebrating the fact that we have known each other for a year. And each comic book is tailored to a fictionalized adventure of the party members and what I assume that they do in their lives without me.
Perfect. So you all receive an individual comic book.
Happy
you
anniversary!
So you all see one that is probably for Thane that Ezra just puts back in her bag. So give it to him at another time. But you all get this gift from Ezra.
One for you, one for you, one for you. Thane's a little bitch.
Thank you, Ezra. I appreciate this gift. It's very nice.
Yes, this is amazing.
I've been working really hard on it. I quit my job at the mortuary to work on this.
Well,
You quit your job to work on this.
Yeah, well, we've been getting enough money, and
adventuring pays for quite a bit.
my landlord
True.
is really just impressed with my initiative in most things. So I kind of just work at my house now doing things.
Well, would you like us to pay you for this?
No, absolutely not. That would be offensive.
Oh, offensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thane will have to pay though.
Oh,
Yeah, because he's not here.
I'm surprised that all of us agreed to go. I mean, I know we all love Sprig, but I didn't know. I was like, well, of course, Sprig is asking me to do something. I'm going to do it.
Hmm.
I didn't know if everybody else would come.
I was mostly excited about the 5-day trip now that I have my horse Cinnamon.
Oh.
I think
Oh, I made
Ryvar
one for
fully
Cinnamon, too.
thinks that Cinnamon is just Fane. He's like,
Oh,
Yep, that makes
God.
sense.
Cinnamon, good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a lovely horse.
Thank you. I'm riding on my new saddle, my beautiful Cinnamon. I will never
Very
leave
nice.
Fitzpack.
You said that guy's
Never.
name was Walter, right?
My horse?
No, that one guy you guys were talking
Oh,
about.
Walter.
Oh, Walter, yes.
Yeah, Walter is
Sounds
interesting guy.
crazy.
He was cool. We should bring him back. He should be in our party. I should make him a comic.
Surprised you didn't. So what do we think we're going to do? Should we I don't know.
Because he wants to go on an adventure, but
I know, but
usually we don't just go on an adventure.
right. I don't know if we should take him somewhere dangerous. Maybe just like
Hmm.
Sprig mentioned, like a night out in the nearby wood.
Should I
Mhm.
pretend to be who's the lady that sends us stuff?
Tell us.
Tellus. Should I pretend to be Tellus and send us a letter fabricating some chaos?
Sure.
Okay, and I'll get to work writing out.
That's a sin.
Okay. Never stopped me before.
Hmm.
Diddly-dee.
Let's lay some ground rules before we go on this adventure, or whatever it is. Number one, right off the bat, no murder.
Every
Why
time,
did you
yes,
look
we
at
should.
me? Why did you look at me when you said that?
Well, you have a track record.
You
I
do.
have not murdered a single person. I don't. I
Agree to disagree.
They were going to attack us. It was very clear.
Fair. All right, but and in number 2 on this list,
Over 6 months ago.
no one ever, under any circumstance, will disrespect Cinnamon.
Seems like a low priority rule.
I thought about putting it ahead of murder, but
I will not disrespect your steed.
Just to be clear on what the threshold is, what would be the most disrespectful thing that I could say to Cinnamon or about Cinnamon? Just so I know where the
the
line
most disrespectful thing you could possibly say about Cinnamon, if you called him a donkey.
Okay. And then what would be the least the least disrespectful thing?
As in the most respectful.
The most
Yeah.
the most respectful thing that's disrespectful.
Yeah. So like the low end of the spectrum.
So like a neutral statement?
Yes, if you say something like, "Wow, that's Cinnamon's over there." You need to say Cinnamon is over there and looks incredible.
Okay. Thank you.
This is going to be a long trip, isn't it? I'll look
So
at
glad-
Ryvar since we were just alone
I'm
together.
so glad we're all back together again.
Okay, I've
it's
written
more
the-
efficient this way.
I've written the fabricated chaos.
Okay, what is it?
JMO, if I was to write something that would jumpstart the start of this preconceived module,
Mm-hmm.
what would it be?
Be anything you want it to be.
Okay, I haven't written it
In
yet.
other words, it's not going to work.
I haven't. Okay. Okay, so here's what it's gonna be.
Mhm.
We're gonna have them meet us here, but we're gonna pretend. Wait, are we going to Candlekeep?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll write to them and we'll say meet us at Candlekeep because Tellus is always like meet me at Candlekeep.
They already know
And
we're coming to Candlekeep.
but what this is
Sorry.
it's part of it, Ryvar.
Sorry.
You have to set the mood.
What if we wrote and said, like, we're on our way, but get ready for a real adventure? Like, they thought we were going to make one up, but We actually have something
Oh,
to.
while we were on our way, something happened that we need to take care of.
That, yes.
Okay, and I'll write that down. And I'll figure out the rest later.
I will
That's a good start.
note as well, you know that Tellus is a magic user, so it is possible she could also send you a sending spell and not necessarily a letter, which would make sense as to maybe why you got it on your way to Candlekeep already, if that is what you want to fabricate. Or you just happen to get a letter from her at the same time as the letter from Sprig.
What?
So we could say that she contacted us rather than we got a letter, and that's we were on our way, and since she
Oh,
sent
for the bit.
sending
Got
and-
it.
yeah.
Okay.
For the
So
bit,
it's-
yes.
So
for the
it's
bit.
For the bit.
okay. I was okay. Okay. I'm on it. I'm on it. Yeah. So I'll just when we get there, I'll say that we got a sending message, and it was from
I
Tellus.
have one question, and I don't want to get in the way of this wonderful process we've got going on here. Does there have to be a communication before we arrive?
Yes, for the bit.
Understood. Because
Why do you keep saying bit?
I just kind of thought we could just show up and be like, "Hey, come do this thing with us."
That is also an option.
That's good.
We could, when we show up, we could act very frantic.
Oh, that's good.
That,
That's
yeah.
good. I like that one.
That's-
Show
let's
up
do
and
that.
Be like, Sprig never mentioned their friend's name.
No, they didn't.
Is it Sprig? What if it's Sprig? What if Sprig wants to adventure with
Oh, a
us?
friend. Oh.
Asking for a friend.
Oh,
The way that
maybe we're
JMO is
supposed to take
putting
them on
their
a date.
hand to their mouth is indicative of
Okay, well,
the...
we should go see Sprig first, and either
Okay.
way, because we need the name if it is not Sprig.
We also need to
But should we-
learn about the friend. We need to learn about their fears and their hopes and their dreams
Yes.
and their
Yes.
deepest secrets before...
So we want to get Sprig in on the bit,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yes,
Yes.
it was Sprig's idea to begin with, so I think so.
of course.
Cinnamon has a bit.
Just in her mouth. Yeah.
Cinnamon's bit! How exciting!
What
That
if
was
we
very
just-
close to being disrespectful.
What if we just
Oh.
rode like? What if we just like play? Let's play the quiet game for a little bit until we get to Candlekeep.
I
Boy,
love that
I'm
idea.
so good at this game.
Okay, good. And start.
And for the next 3 days, you guys play the quiet game.
The reason
We're
I'm
all
so
so
good at this
clever.
game
the most
is because
competitive version of this game that has ever existed.
Oh man. So we'll say over the course of, we'll say 4 days, until you're about
Jesus.
maybe a half day from Candlekeep, so you can make it there in about 4.5, but decide to make camp before you actually get there. You have all decided that there is a bit that you'll let Sprig know as soon as you get there. You establish some ground rules onto what this adventure should entail, and that is kind of your
Don't
plan.
Disrespect the horse.
I do want to also note that because, as you said, adventuring is quite lucrative and you all either have your own jobs or have side adventures that you usually do over these course of 3 months between the adventures. If you would like to have bought anything like general stuff, obviously no new magic items, but if you want like a generic health potion, I would say you could each have picked one of those up before you left for Candlekeep, things like that. You can stock up on if you don't think your character would have. Don't, but want to give you the option of you guys are wealthy enough that you can do some adventuring stock ups before you actually get to Candlekeep.
I probably would have gotten if just one, if you prefer just one or a couple of health potions like from the temple.
Okay. I would say at the max they'd probably give you 2. Prefer
take
you
2.
just take one.
Just
but
regular.
okay. Just so Opal has 2. Would anyone else have bought their own?
I'll
Just
have
so I
one.
kinda know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll buy one as well. How much are they?
I believe for Baldur's Gate they're pretty standard, which I think is what, like usually 25 or 50?
50 makes
Can never remember shopping things. I had a thing pulled up somewhere.
I'll do 50 until I hear otherwise.
Oh, cinnamon. Oh,
Oh, right.
cinnamon. How lovely are your haunches?
I would at some point during the journey, since Ezra wouldn't let me pay her for the comic book, slip one of my healing potions into her bag.
I
50
have
gold,
2
yeah,
healing potions now.
for just a normal potion of healing.
I'm gonna add 2, but I'm only gonna take
What
away
did you say,
50
Jim?
gold.
Sorry.
50 gold
50,
pieces.
yeah, that's good. And then I would like just like stock up on my darts.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure I have
Darts.
those.
Mr. Thomas, are you getting anything before you would have headed out?
50 pounds of oats.
Hell yeah.
Is there
Makes
anything
sense.
like could I buy like I don't know, could I buy like a magic item? Like could I buy like the bracers of defense?
Hmm. Over the course of what you've done, let me see. They don't say it here. I'm trying to find the cost of those. Um, I would say you can. And you'll probably have enough gold to have gotten that. I don't know how much those are worth at this moment, though, but I'll let you know so you can mark it at some point.
Okay, I um if I remember correctly,
Mm-hmm.
at least this is what it says on my character sheet, in Emily and I's session. Oh wait, no, that was oh that might have been actually this session. How much didn't we get some it was a platinum mine. Didn't we get some platinum in our adventure or am I crazy?
I mean, I have
Crazy.
over 2,000 gold in my inventory, but I have
Oh!
no idea where that came. And it could have been platinum. That could have been it.
That's true. I mean, you did go to a platinum mine. I'm trying to look through it.
Because I
Oh yeah,
have
actually at the end of that, I looked at my notes at the end of that session. I said we got the one with just Zach and I, we got 1,500 gold each. That's
Damn.
what my notes say from July
mean, yeah.
25th of last year.
Great.
dope.
So yes, easily you could buy some bracers, and I'll let you know how much to take out of that.
Yeah, just let me know. Cool. That's all I would want to buy.
I just buy a lance.
Okay. It's pretty standard. A non-magical one, just a normal lance.
Classic lance.
Classic lance.
Classic
Yeah, that's gonna
peg.
run you just like 10 gold pieces, we'll say.
Sweet.
Cool. Alrighty then. So, new equipment in tow. 4.5 days of travel underway. You reach the gates of Candlekeep as you. Well, sorry, Angie. Did you want anything else from Ezra?
Nope.
You said a health potion, but I just want to make sure. Cool.
I got a health
So
potion.
you reach the familiar gates of Candlekeep. By now, you know enough to kind of expedite your entry. You say your names. The guards at the gate know your names well enough that they let you in. Without an additional book for entry, you guys kind of can come and go as you please. And as you enter, um, in the Court of Air, which you guys know, as a reminder, is kind of the outside of the actual library itself, has things like the stables, a blacksmith, the house of rest where you can stay, a little bathhouse, things like that. So this is where everyone who's visiting stays, and also the Avowed can continue studying, has their homes as well, things like that. But as soon as you enter this area, you immediately see, especially Ryvar with your passive perception, which is insane. Um, you immediately see um, Sprig pacing along the entrance with a very worried look
Oh
on their
no.
face. And as a reminder, what our little Sprig guy looks like. This is Sprig. Um, So with their purple hair, and curly hair, they're again pacing, which Sprig isn't exactly maybe, always the most calm person, but I would say you haven't seen them this worked up before, so it is a little out of place to see them like this. But knowing that they are the one that called you here, they're clearly waiting for you at the gate and could have been here for hours, could have been here constantly. At this point, you don't know.
Frig, I made you a comic book.
Oh, thank goodness you guys are here. A comic book?
Yeah, we've known each other for a year. It's been a whole year.
Has it
Happy
really? Oh,
knowing each
wow.
other day.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Wow, this is really nice. Thanks. And they start flipping through it a little bit. Oh, and then put it in their little satchel and dress you guys. I'm so glad that you guys came. It means a lot. And we got almost all of you. I'm very surprised that all of you agreed to come. Well, thank you so much. I do want to say, I circumstances have changed a little bit, but I'm still hoping that you can help me out. If that's okay.
You
And
seem
your friend
very.
not come.
Um, well, my friend, I haven't seen him in the last 2 days. He's kind of missing.
Oh, so there is a friend.
Yeah. Did I not write that there was a friend? I thought
No,
I
you did.
wrote
You
that
did.
there
You
was a
You
did.
friend.
did. Yeah.
I'm.
It's fine.
What is the?
What?
When did you last see them? When did anyone last see them?
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, so when I sent you the letter, he was feeling really down on himself, like I said, but almost I think the next day he seems to actually be getting better. And I actually wrote you guys again to say that he was better and you didn't have to come, but obviously you guys didn't get that second letter. And then like another day or so passed and we were talking in the morning and we were gonna have a picnic because he was feeling down again. And so I offered to take him out to a nice picnic so we could get his mind off of things. And he agreed, and we were gonna meet at noon, and then he never showed up to that. But I figured maybe he just forgot or got stuck with some scribe task. But I haven't seen him since, and I've asked around, and people saw him in the morning in uh in a place he visits a lot. Um in one of the towers in the library. But that was the last place I think anyone saw him, and that was 2 days ago.
Well, we should go look where he was last seen.
Yes.
Okay, I looked, I didn't see anything, but you guys are much more
Well, I would like to. Before we go there, can you take us to where he lives?
oh, sure. I don't know if I can get into his room. It's
We
usually locked.
we will be able to.
Oh. Um, okay, I don't know if he just needed some time away or something, and and I've tried to cover him for him as much as I can. I just am also worried that if he's just like playing hooky a little bit, I haven't gone to Tellus or anything because of this, and I worry if he's just like needs some time away that
like a
If you,
vacation.
Yeah.
in my personal opinion, the others can correct me. And Sprig, I don't want to make you do anything you're not comfortable with, but if he was feeling down enough for you to reach out to someone to help him, someone that was far away, and magically got better, and then is now missing for 2 days when he committed to being at a location, that all spells something is not okay to me. And I would think that it would be much better to ask forgiveness than to regret inaction.
Okay. Okay, I can show you where his room is, but I don't want to help with anything that is to follow.
Okay, understood.
Okay, okay, great. Um, he, they take you. Do.
So it's not Sprig that wants to go on an adventure. We can all agree.
I
This
think
is
that
not
that
a
theory
No, we
bit.
were
is,
wrong about that.
I think that theory is out the window. Yes.
Noted. Okay, I'm gonna have to start this next comic over then, because not the vibe.
So you all head to the I'm trying to remember which one it is. Sorry, give me 1 second.
We forgive you.
So the House of Rest is actually where he has his room. This is usually kept for seekers specifically, which are those that are visiting Candlekeep. This is a little bit odd, but he had a room here. Sprig primarily stays either in the Pillars of Pedagogy, or they have sometimes their own study room that they honestly just like crash in. So they're a little bit more transient here, but Sprig's friend specifically had currently a room in the House of Rest for a little bit more of a getaway as of now. So that's where Sprig takes you to, specifically up to the second floor, and just a couple doors down the hallway, which you can head right to. And once you get there, Sprig says, this is his room. I'm gonna wait downstairs. And they scurry away unless you stop them.
Thank you. No, please go away. Respectfully, of course. You know.
Don't disrespect Sprig. Don't disrespect Cinnamon.
Uh,
That's the rules of our group.
so
I guess we need to get a warrant.
Do
I
we?
warrant that we can kick this door down.
Good enough for me.
Can
I'll,
I
Does
do
anyone
it?
have tools to pick a lock?
actually don't have thieves' tools.
I have
No,
I
neither.
have this compass, and I pull out a like circle compass, like a map maker compass, because I do have cartographer's tools that for some reason I equipped my character with
Okay.
when I made
Can I
this.
attempt to unlock the door with her compass?
Yes, it will be
How?
so at disadvantage because there
Yeah.
are not actually thieves' tools.
What's the logistics of that?
What will I add?
I mean, there's a point in a compass.
just a
True,
So I could
dexterity.
just
Yeah, it's just a dex check.
Yeah, I'm not gonna roll. I won't add my proficiency bonus to that either. At disadvantage.
Hey, I'll cast. Can I cast guidance on you?
Yeah.
Will
Yeah,
that
but
help?
you know I'm
Let's
doing
see.
it. If that's okay with JMO.
Yeah, I'll cast guidance.
At disadvantage, that's a 14.
You put
add
the
your
compass
D4?
in,
Yeah, I did.
and you can kind of at least get a little bit into the lock where you feel like you're at least maybe have some luck in doing it, so you're not going in blind, and you don't break the tool, but you just can't seem to unpick this lock.
Well, thank God you didn't break my favorite compass.
Sorry, here you go.
That's how I make the comics so good. Thank you.
So Thomas, can you please just try to break down this door?
I'm on my horse.
Maybe Cinnamon can do it.
You would,
in the tavern.
as soon
or
as
in
you
the House of
enter
Rest?
Candlekeep, you will be asked to, and you, I assume, all have horses, and so the horses need to go to the stable. So
Cinnamon
you can
will be
try to talk
fine.
your way out of it, but Cinnamon will be asked to stay at the stable.
Cinnamon will be fine, Thomas. Please.
Before I let them take away Cinnamon, I take 10 minutes and I just no one can hear what I'm saying, but I'm whispering in Cinnamon's ears.
Ryvar still thinks it's Thane.
It's been 4 days.
Do you want me to break this door down?
I think it would be nice. We could help a friend, you know.
Okay, if I
You
go
don't
to
have
hell,
to
it's
if you
your
don't
fault.
want to. I just think it would be nice.
I will try to break the door down with physical force.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Okay. 17.
With a 17, you kind of like go across the hall from the door and like using the wall to like propel yourself forward, you just like full force smash into this door and you hear the lock and the metal that was holding the wood part of the door to splinter away from the door. You smash open the door and you're into this room and also just made a significant noise.
Yes, sure did.
Forgive me, Tyr, for I've sinned.
Ezra, if anyone comes up here, make sure they think we're all hunky dory. Okay, you are on.
Okay.
You are on people duty.
My favorite. I stand like ready to like talk to anyone who comes by.
I mean, I just.
Can all of us make
Yeah,
investigation
can we
checks?
just
Look around.
investigate? Can
Yeah.
we just look around the
Yeah.
room?
Yeah, I would say the three of you that are going into the room, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Investigate off.
Oh god, that's horrible.
Stick it off.
12.
Okay.
6.
Ooh, 23.
Yay.
Wow.
Damn.
Cleric of knowledge.
Okay.
There we go.
With a
I found this bed.
Did we find out what his name is yet?
no, but you're about to.
Oh, great.
So you, Ryvar, don't really find anything.
I found his bed.
Okay, you found his bed. And then you feel really tired and you just kind of sit on the
I
bed
sit
and
on the bed.
admire it for a second.
Nice bed.
Thomas, you are able to discern from some papers on the desk in the room that are signed by someone named Falthrax, that you assume this is his workstation, and this friend is now named as Falthrax. On that desk, you don't see much anything else. You see that it's a lot of scribe work of copying or making notes on a book he found that needs repairs. Nothing out of the ordinary that you have found. Opal, you find very similar things. You find the bed, just like Ryvar did. And then you also find a several symbols across some of the items that he has, almost like trinkets across this room. And go ahead and give me a history check
Ooh, I'm good at history.
with advantage.
Oh
We'll
my
say.
god, I've rolled 2 19s this session. That one's a 26.
With the
Damn.
26, you know that this is the symbol of the goddess, or god Sun, no, goddess Sun, Sune. She is the god of beauty. So you can discern from all of the trinkets, there's a little statue, a pendant, things like that, that Falthrax is a follower of this goddess. This is, you are able to know that from, we won't say from what, but you know that this man is a dwarf, likely not young like Sprig is necessarily, just by the kind of trinkets and things that he keeps. Maybe not an old man, but certainly not as young as Sprig. And that's about all you find. You don't find kind of the classic journal that would give you all of the information you're hoping for. But amongst the room, you definitely don't find anything nefarious. You don't see a scuffle. You don't see anything of like a letter to someone that might have been involved. Like nothing really seems out of place or catches you as wrong in this room.
I would like pick up one of the trinkets and kind of turn around and say, um, it seems like he was a follower of Soon, but I can't find anything else. Should we go to the library?
That is the last place he was seen, yes?
We should make sure that we have someone come fix this door as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll let someone know.
While you guys are all searching the room, Ezra, you see the person that you saw at the basically front desk area of the House of Rest, that helps people find their rooms, gives them some keys, all of that. You see that person come up from the stairwell and kind of look around, down each way of the hallway, see you standing out in the hallway, and start walking, towards you.
Oh, hello.
You see a tall elf woman, that it is not in any of kind of the avowed robes necessarily. It seems like she's really just the caretaker of the House of Rest without being necessarily a part of the avowed or anything like that. But she is still in a simple robe, and she approaches you and says, "Oh, I thought I heard something, maybe a commotion up here. Is everything okay? I just wanted to check on you all."
Yes, yes. Everything is fine. I am very clumsy and I fell. And I just smacked down on the floor on accident trying to catch myself. I hurt my wrist. Do you have a medical kit anywhere that you could take me to get my wrist fixed
Give
that is downstairs or something?
give me a deception check.
Okay. Deception. Okay, I'm pretty good at deception. Oh, but I got a 2. So that is a 6.
Okay.
Ow. I
We'll
don't
just
like this story. As I was telling this story, it wasn't my best.
as you keep kind of telling and she's like looking you up and down, she kind of looks past you to the open door and um
Rafa's just sitting on the bed.
I assume you kind of stopped her before the doorway a little bit, or did
I
you
think that I would have gone a little bit like a
Sure.
couple doors past
Sure.
so that like it wouldn't be like
Okay.
directly in front of the store. Yeah, unless the door was closed.
So she looks past you kind of down the hall, but didn't roll a very high perception check.
Hell
So though she doesn't believe you, she gives you a very skeptical look and says, the House of Rest is a place for rest. Would appreciate if you and your friends were a little less rambunctious in whatever activities you may be doing. I'm not one to inquire too much on the ongoings of what happens in the rooms, but I also
Probably for
ask
the
you
best.
to be respectful of those staying here and respectful of the house itself.
Yes, we have learned not to disrespect Cinnamon, not to disrespect Sprig. We will not disrespect you. Additionally, I will put that on the list.
Great. Also, can I have the name that your room is under? Or rooms? I assume there's a decent number of you, so
Oh, our
just again.
rooms.
Yes.
We're all gonna stay in the same room.
You don't already have a room?
We are all in this room.
Okay.
Did we say that we were going up to our room? Did I miss that? I might have been
Well, no,
looking at.
but it's not, you don't have to be greeted every time you enter. It's like a hotel. If you just go up to your room, you're not going to be questioned. But
Okay.
because you're a little suspicious, she's asking you to find the room number under your name, and it is now suspicious that you are upstairs if you don't have a room.
Yes. I am here and I have made it. This is Angie making it to the plot.
Great.
And
You don't
I would
already have a
know
room?
his name and I would not know I would know the room number,
You
right?
would know the room number. Sprig would have told you, we'll say it's 211, but you do not know his name yet. Those in the room found out his
Room
name.
211 is where I am staying.
Okay, and the name?
I prefer to use my pseudonym. So you see, I'm an author and an artist. And so I would prefer that people don't know that I'm staying here. So the name that I checked in with is not the name that I use. So I would prefer if we just keep it down.
I just need the name that you checked in with.
But I can't say it out loud.
What? But you did to check in.
No, I
'cause if
wrote it
go
down. So if you go
Give
downstairs,
me another deception check.
I'm
I'm
going to
trying.
jail.
I'm trying, you guys. I'm not gonna use the dinosaur dice. Oh, okay. That is a 21.
Okay. She kind of, again, looks at you warily, but at least seems to be believing you at this point. This
We
lie.
respect people and their.
Sure. Well, then on your way out, before
Yes,
you leave, if you could see me again at the desk and
absolutely.
write down that name for me,
I would
just to
love
confirm.
to write that name down for you.
Excellent.
Yes.
I will see you on your way out.
I will see you on my way out. And I'll like back into the room.
And the person downstairs, I assume they're a friend of yours as well?
That's a friend of mine, yes.
So if
Purple
I
hair.
ask- Yes.
Yes. They
Great.
would be able to tell you the name of me, the person staying in this room.
Excellent. Thank you. We'll see you on your way out.
On
She
my
heads
way
back
out.
downstairs.
You guys, I was just so respectful out there. You would not believe. Yeah, they're gone though. It was the lady from downstairs.
Well done.
Who lives here? Who are? Did we find anything?
Yes.
It seems like his name is Falthrax.
Falthrax. Thank God.
And
That
we
suits
should
me.
we were gonna go check the library. I think we didn't really find much of
just about to leave.
use.
Okay, well, if anyone asks that works here, I am Falthrax and I am staying here. So yeah,
Okay.
just know that.
Wouldn't they know what
That seems
Falthrax
reasonable.
looks like?
There's.
You
I
can
don't
say
know.
that you're his sister.
She just told me to say that.
Cousin.
She just told me to tell him that the name of the person staying in this room, who is me now.
Mhm.
But they're gone. They didn't catch us. Let's go.
Okay.
I'll need to go tell someone
Tell the
to help
front
fix
desk
this
person.
door.
Yeah.
I'll tell the front desk.
Okay.
I go to the front desk.
Okay. Do you all
Oh,
come
wait.
down together?
Yeah.
Okay. As you head down the stairs, you see the person at the front desk speaking with Sprig,
Oh, boy.
and even with anyone's passive insight, you can see Sprig sweating and very nervous.
No, Sprig said he didn't want to get involved.
Hello, Sprig and the front desk.
Hello.
Hello.
It's me again.
And Sprig is just like wringing their hands nervously and kind of looking at you guys and looking at the elf woman. The elf woman turns. Hello. May I
There ha-
ask your
Yeah.
real names at this point, considering you are not the tenant of room 211?
They
I'm-
aren't, but I am.
I'm Mr. Thomas Gallant. There has been an incident in room 211. The door needs to be fixed. If you want, I will go to jail.
What? No, no one's going to jail.
What?
My name is Ryvar Brass Scales. You may have heard of us. We have helped Candlekeep on many occasions. We can get in here without books, so.
I'm gonna take
Get in
10
here
gold
without
out
books.
since we just got all this gold, Ryvar,
Uh-huh.
and say, we are simply trying to help a friend, and we would appreciate your cooperation. And I'll set $10, $10, 10 gold on the counter.
I'll just slide a crisp $10 bill.
Quick Alexander
She
Hamilton.
holds her hand out and takes and kind of like flips through the coins to count them briefly, puts them in her pocket. I have heard of you, and I've also heard,
Great.
we'll call it mixed reviews of you all.
Okay.
That seems fair.
So I appreciate that you eventually were honest, and if you had needed to help someone, perhaps talking to me would have been the better first step instead of, it seems, breaking a door
Yes.
down.
I'm so
You are
sorry.
correct.
Yeah,
I
you
fell
were
I'll
into
put
it.
another 2 gold on the table.
She takes it up and puts it in her pocket.
Yeah, we're happy to pay for damages. Sorry, we're adventurers. We get zealous.
Yes, of
You
course.
know.
I do have a lot of adventurers come through the House of Rest, and this is my first full broken into door, I will say.
Well,
That was me.
Congratulations.
I'm so sorry.
Mm,
I've
yes.
fallen. I'm a fallen paladin now.
Thomas, get some guts in you.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate the compensation for the door, and would now ask you all to leave, please.
Oh
Thank you.
yeah, of course. Yes, we're on our way.
And
Will
she goes
you,
back to the desk.
Will you reach out to somebody at the library if our friend does come back?
Lieutenant of 211?
In all seriousness, we are afraid that they are in trouble. It would be good to
Yes.
hear if they return.
Of course. If I see them, I will let one of the avowed know to let Sprig know,
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
of course.
I take a piece of paper and I write Falthrax on it and I like slide it to her.
God damn it.
She looks at the paper and like flips and looks at her book and just does kind of smile and puts the paper down and gives you a little nod.
Good job, Ezra.
Thank you.
All
I'm a
right.
woman of my word.
Sprig, will you show us where he was in the library?
Yeah, they take out like a hanky from their robe and start dabbing their face a little bit. Yeah, whew, I am not cut out for this adventuring thing. But yeah, I'll take you to that row of books. It's kind of on the west side of the group of towers. But yeah, we'll go over there.
Great.
So you, as you've done before, go through the very large emerald doors that are also well guarded that take you into the actual towers of Candlekeep that holds their many libraries. And as Sprig said, they take you kind of across the entire courtyard to the more western side in one of the towers over there. It's actually not even one of the taller towers. It's more of a shorter building that has only about 3 levels on it. But they take you inside and then take you to a third story that has kind of an overlook of a library area. This
Ooh.
looks more cobwebby than it actually is, but to give you kind of an idea of the grandeur of it, there are some scribe tables around, as well as rows and rows of books, even past the ones that you see in this image necessarily. As you've seen before with these towers, primarily they're filled with books while also having some desks, some study rooms, and some they kind of have a variety as you explore different ones. But they take you to a very specific row of books, and you see no one currently in this row, but Sprig kind of gestures in and says, well, this is the where he hangs out a lot. He said that he found a book that had to do with his the goddess soon, and It's provided him some comfort and some stuff like that. So he came here a lot, and this is where he was last seen, I guess.
I'm gonna cast a real quick detect magic.
Okay. Um, because of the nature of what Candlekeep is with the collection of
Mm,
books, you get a lot of pings of
Ah,
yeah.
various. It could be spell books, it could be cursed books, it could be an illusion of a book. So you get a lot of pings around, so it's not entirely helpful of
Yeah,
detecting a
that's fair.
certain book in this row. You detect your own magical items. And you definitely see that you don't detect anything magical on Sprig themselves.
Mr. Thomas, I don't want to tell you what to do what you want, but don't you have the
Mm.
ability to like detect like celestial presence or something like that around you?
In fact, I do, although after my recent transgressions, I would not be surprised if my abilities are gone.
You're so hard on yourself. It's okay. We were pretty much immediately forgiven.
I will cast Divine Sense, and I can detect the presence of celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Hmm. I would say that you do not detect anything right now. Um, but I mean, you've known that these books could contain a plethora of things. You know that you would likely detect it if it was similar to those shape-shifting books. That wasn't a book. You don't
Mm,
detect anything like that in this row or in the 60 feet around you. Um, but that doesn't necessarily mean of all of the then magic books that Opal detected, they couldn't lead to something more nefarious that could be celestial fiend or undead.
gotcha.
Okay.
There are no
Yes,
creatures, at
I'm
least, that you can kind of confirm immediately aren't in this area.
yes, it has been confirmed, Ryvar. My God has struck my abilities from me. I am just a normal man
Oh
now.
goodness.
Oh, this must be horrible. Well, I guess it's time for the old-fashioned way, and I'm gonna take my goggles of night that I just got in the last session that I did,
Mm-hmm.
and just like see if I can find anything. Like look
Yeah,
for.
Okay.
I'll say
I'm gonna do the same thing, starting with the book specifically that I get the ping from Detect Magic on, so we can
Okay.
probably help each other.
Yeah.
Um, I would say depending on exactly what you're looking for. So if you're looking for things that are out of the ordinary, give me a
Yeah.
perception. If you're investigating like the books specifically, give me an investigation.
I
I'm looking
say
for books on Soon, and I think any book I find on
Okay.
Soon, I would just like toss on a nearby table.
while she's looking at the
Okay.
books, I want to look at like the area itself and see if there's any like I don't know weird
Okay.
dust or like remnant of something or
Sure.
something like that.
All right. Both of you give me perception and investigation rolls.
Okay, you are
Hmm.
done for the day. That is.
Do I get advantage with my Detect Magic?
I would say not on investigation because you're still investigating the
Yeah.
books. The detect magic is just telling you which to investigate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's a 6
Uh,
for me.
Okay.
I got a 14.
Okay. Ezra, are you doing anything while they're looking about?
Are there people in here?
Not besides you guys and Sprig.
See,
Okay.
that would have been much better.
Is there any, you're looking at books in the shelves, Opal?
Yep.
I'm going to all of these desks and looking to see, if there's any open books, or any scribblings or writings that would be, helpful to this investigation, but also just interesting for me to have.
Okay. Give me another investigation.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Ooh. All right. Dirty 20 for Ezra, 14 for Opal, and a 6 for Ryvar. So Ryvar, once again, don't really notice anything.
Yeah.
You found a
Looks
bed.
like you find a bed and it weirdly, you're like, why is this bed here? And you get very distracted. Um, but
Nice
nothing out of
bed.
the ordinary. Looks like a bookshelf. And again, you're well versed enough even to like see there's no scuff marks, no like tussle. Like it doesn't look like anything
Hmm.
happened in this row specifically. Opal, Um, you start pulling out some books, and you said that you just kind of pull it and then like put it in a pile. You don't, or are you stopping and investigating as you go?
I mean, I think if I find one that seems like pretty well worn because he had been reading the same one a lot,
Hmm.
or something that has less dust on it that would suggest that it's been read more recently, I might flip through it before I put it on the table.
Okay. Um, so you find the first book that you find, that has a tint of magic on it. You pull it out, and it has it's kind of a mix of like it's not quite a spell book because it seems to be written by someone that's more like a paladin that was a follower of Soon. So there is some sort of spell to it, but not necessarily like they wrote down some of their healing spells, some of their like alteration spells since it's the goddess of beauty, things like that. That looked pretty well worn as like been used frequently. But you don't again notice anything besides that out of the ordinary. Um, the next book you see is quite a pristine book. It looks very beautiful. And as you pull it out, you actually see a mirror on the cover of this book. And it has like this beautiful trim around it. It's a beautiful book, and we'll actually get back to that in just one second. Ezra, as you're looking through other books and everything, you see similar to stuff that Thomas had found on Falthrax's desk specifically. You can tell that the scribes use this, the Avowed use this as scribes. So you see some that have like a book open and another couple parchments next to it that are just purely copying the book that someone maybe they're on their lunch break and will come back to at some point. You see a couple other books open with notes being taken from the book and can tell that it's the same subject matter. Nothing that really stands out to you. Um, the thing that I think stands the most out to you is a piece of paper that's kind of tucked under a book, with not much else around it, but you happen to see as you're investigating the paper that's stuck under it, and it's actually has a lot of scribbles over it, has a lot of things written in the margin, and it seems to be a letter to from someone to someone else, names you don't recognize, but the attempt to write a love letter to someone.
Oh, I absolutely pocket that.
Okay.
What is it? Does it say anything like specific or like
At the
is it
top it says
saucy?
my dearest Selena. And then again, it seems like as you read it a little bit more, it is a first confession of love of your classic, they're trying to find a way to tell someone they like them. And it is not signed yet. It seems like it's a still work in progress. Um, so it hasn't been signed by anyone, so you don't know who may be writing to this Selena, but it is clearly someone
Oh,
confessing their love for Selena.
oh, I can't interrupt that. And you said there's no one else here?
Mm-mm.
Ugh. Okay, I'm gonna put it back, but I'm gonna leave it like on top of the book
Oh, okay.
so that people know not to leave their sultry love notes out in the world.
Okay. Um, so Opal, this book that you pull out, as you pull it out and just first notice the mirror, Sprigg speaks up and says, "Oh, that's the book of Soon. I recognize it because it has the mirror. Balthak showed it to me once. That's the book that he seems to be pretty enthralled with.
Can I tell with my detect magic if it seems like the magic is more centered on the mirror or the book as a whole?
Yeah, I would say because as you like open the book, you can tell more that the mirror is the source of the magic. And then as you
Okay.
look at kind of the second half, that it becomes just seemingly a normal book as you open and
Mhm.
kind of flip through. Um, do you flip through it? Do you hand it to Sprig? What do you do with this book?
I think I would walk over to one of the tables and sit down and first like look into the mirror
Okay.
like dead on.
Mhm.
And then if nothing happens, I'll flip through it a little bit.
Okay. As you take the book, go sit down. You all see Opal found a book. You heard Sprig say, "Oh, that is the book." Do you all continue your search elsewhere? Do you follow
None.
Opal?
I follow for sure. I'm just
Yeah.
kind of like looking over her shoulder.
Okay.
Yep, same.
Um, and then at this point, you also see Ezra at a different table, having clearly looked at something and put it back, and I assume also joined the group, kind of surrounding um this this book. So Opal, as you kind of sit down and you hold the book in front of yourself, like I said, it is this beautiful mirror with some intricate framing around the mirror. The rest of the book is in bound in a very soft green leather. Again, looks very well taken care of, very pristine condition. All of all of that. And as you look into the mirror, you see yourself, and then you see the image of yourself shimmer a little bit and change into the visage of this beautiful woman. She looks vaguely humanoid, but with kind of extra soft and delicate features. She has this flowing, beautiful, golden hair. Draping around her shoulders, with a very like light linen blouse on, where you can kind of just see shoulders up, but you see this beautiful, beautiful woman now looking at you. And go ahead and give me a history check.
Okay. Well, okay, I need a new dice tray. Two, I rolled a two. I think I have a +7. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah. So 9 total.
Okay. Um, Even with a 9, I would say you can assume that this is soon. Knowing
Soon.
probably in your studies that this is soon, or a depiction of her. In your studies, you know she's the goddess of beauty. You know it's a goddess, so you can pretty well assume that this is some image
Soon.
of soon. Whether it's actually her or not is TBD, but that is kind of the image that takes over. And she seems to look directly at you as her image takes over, and she kind of focuses on you and just gives a slight nod, says, "Oh, well met, my dearest one. How do you feel today? Are you okay?"
Do we all see this?
You all see that,
Ah,
and you all hear it. And upon hearing the book talk, Sprig hides behind you, Ryvar, um, and is clearly shaken up and did not know this part of the book.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, do I know enough in my studies to know that she is a good, lawful good deity?
Yeah, I would say, pretty sure she's lawful good.
Like, I wouldn't have
Um,
any reason to think that maybe she'd be like mischievous.
Correct. Soon as a goddess herself has no negative qualities except for sometimes um the connotation that since she's a goddess of beauty that is all she cares about.
Vanity.
Whether it's a little vain, a little pushing people to care about external beauty, while some people also fight that that's not what she's about. She's more about inner beauty, inner happiness, like focuses on that more. So it's kind of that's really the only conflict that you
Hmm.
would guess might happen between the two of these.
I'm gonna just like take a deep breath and look back at her and say, um, we're worried for a friend, Balthrax. Do you know of him?
Hmm. I'm afraid that's outside of my realm of knowledge or assistance that I can offer. How are
I'm
you feeling
sorry. I didn't
today?
understand you.
Hmm.
And she asks how you're feeling again.
I'll kind of look around at everybody.
Mhm.
Should I answer?
Yes, this woman is hot.
Oh,
Well, I'll look at Ryvar for an answer.
Yes.
Um, fine, a little tired.
Oh,
How are you?
you're feeling tired.
oh boy.
Just a little. We just traveled for 4 days. in complete silence, which was strangely exhausting.
I feel good, by the way.
Me too.
Hey there.
She doesn't seem to acknowledge anyone around, just kind of has that focus on Opal. As if
Mm.
like there's just kind of a one-way connection for this conversation from the mirror's side of things. And she says, "Well, I'm very sorry to hear that you're feeling tired. If you need some rest, relaxation, or even some transformation, then you can follow the lilies, my dearest one. I'm sure Silvari will see to your needs." And she kind of turns in the mirror to your left, her right. Um, and all of you see about 5 feet away from where this book is and where you're all sitting, a portal appear.
Whoa.
Uh,
And in this portal, it's an open portal that you can see into. And what you see is really a beautiful scenery. There's some grass with white flowers coming out of it, trees, and a very clear path that leads kind of away and out of sight from where this portal just opened. And as the portal opens, the visage of Soon disappears, and Opal, you see yourself again.
Here we
Well,
go
if-
again.
if-
Go through the portal.
Yes, if Valtrax was feeling down, surely he went through this portal. I'm gonna follow Raywear. Come on.
Ah, I need cinnamon by my side.
Nope, come on.
is Sprig okay? So is Sprig usually this scared? Because
I
this
would
feels
say you really haven't had like Sprig's never been a part of the adventures.
Mhm.
They have loved hearing about your adventures and your stories thus far. They are always excited to say that you're their friends and that
Mhm.
they know you personally, but they've never been in the middle of the adventure really yet. They've known about sending you elsewhere, that there's an issue, but nothing's really come to Candlekeep yet.
Sprig, do you want to come with us? Because I think it
Um,
might be good. This is your friend and you care about them, right?
um, I mean, yes, I don't know how much help I could offer, and if I also disappear and or you guys can't get back, then there's no one over here to let people know what just happened. Um, I am torn here. I don't know what to do.
Sprig, I have a very important job for you.
Okay.
Go to the stables and find Cinnamon. And lead Cinnamon back to this portal.
Oh, I don't think they'll let me bring a horse, especially through the Emerald Gates.
Hmm. Well, it's worth a try. Thank you so much for your efforts.
You're well, do you still want me to try? Is that what you're saying? Or th or me
Yes,
saying, "Oh, okay."
I do.
Um I okay, sure if that's what you need. I don't know how long the portal will be here. But yeah, okay. I guess I'm doing that.
Thank you. Thank you. And do not disrespect Cinnamon.
Oh, I would never.
Good. Thank you. You've been a great help.
So Ezra, I guess I'm staying.
Yeah, if you
Getting
don't
cinnamon.
do this, it will be disrespectful to Cinnamon, and we cannot disrespect Cinnamon. So you better just stay here, I guess.
We
Okay.
left Sprig alone with the two. It's just like the people we should not have left Sprig alone.
Hey, I was being very reasonable just now. Probably the most reasonable I've been.
That's true.
I'm being reasonable too.
And I would hop through the portal.
Just
Like I would just like say that and then just leave and hop through the portal.
hmm
I I give Sprig some carrots. And then I hop through the portal.
Okay. Um, then now that all of you are through the portal, you see like what I described. It is
Ooh.
a beautiful meadow path that kind of curves away from what you currently see. You see these white flowers kind of everywhere around this area. And it looks like a normal forest, but when you arrive in this area, you get the sense of like that this is like an unknown area. Like it's hard to describe, but you can just sense that it's not just like you transported somewhere else like outside of Baldur's Gate. It doesn't seem like a forest that you have ever been to before.
Well, Cinnamon would love this.
This is perfect cinnamon place. Hurry, Sprig.
Oh no. Is the portal still open behind us?
It is.
Okay. It doesn't look
Yeah.
like it's closing or anything.
Not currently.
Okay.
Hmm.
I would frolic then. Definitely frolic. Big frolic vibes.
Yeah, Cinnamon will catch up with us. The portal's still open.
But of course, if Cinnamon does not catch up, we will have to wait for 10 minutes while I summon Cinnamon again.
Will we?
If Cinnamon does not catch up, we will wait for 10 minutes.
Thank you. All right.
Okay. So you just head down the small path that is leading away from the portal.
See.
Balthrax!
Yeah. Would how long does detect magic last? Would I still have my detect magic?
10 minutes, I think.
I think yeah, it's 10 minutes.
So I would still have it for a few minutes probably, right?
Mm-hmm. And so with that, similar to everybody else kind of gets that this is a forest that feels unlike a forest I've been in before. You get a sense that like almost everything in this forest itself is magical. Of like there's just like clearly something different about this forest or this area you've been transported to that isn't like anything back home in Baldur's Gate or the surrounding area. And I would say if you want to try to investigate that more, give me a nature check.
Okay.
Sure.
I
why not?
will.
I would like to do a nature check.
It's an 18.
Okay.
5.
Nice.
16.
5, 16. Okay. Both Opal and Ryvar also give me a history check.
Oh, okay, great.
16.
It's cocked. That's a natural 1.
Okay, Ryvar, you notice with just your nature check that you can kind of get what Opal had been feeling with just the detect magic still being up, of like the plants look relatively normal, but when you kind of look at them a little bit more, they're like almost shimmering. Some are shimmering, some almost seem like they're moving in unnatural ways, even though there's a breeze. So there seems like there's something off about this forest. Opal, you notice the same things in addition to just the magic you're detecting, the plant life themselves seem off. And from what you've read, you can kind of guess that you've been transported into the Feywilds.
I knew it.
But since I got a natural 1 on my history check, I think that Ryvar says, no one has ever been to this place before. We are discovering it for the first time.
Actually, I think we might be in the Feywilds.
That's what
I'm
they said.
fairly confident.
That's what they
Okay,
said.
I can't wait. I need to summon Cinnamon now.
You sit for 10 minutes.
I sit down, I pull out a bunch of candles, and I place like flower petals all around me in a circle.
What if
Okay.
time is of the essence?
Should we scout ahead? Do
Yes.
you want to catch up to us? You'll be on Cinnamon. You'll be able to go fast.
Yes.
Catch up to us.
Yeah,
I'll-
you
I'll
catch
catch
to
up.
us.
I'll catch up.
Ezra, do you
And
want
that
to
will
stay
give
here?
you-
Or do you want to go with us? You can work on your
Oh.
comic books, or you can go with us.
I think maybe someone should stay with Sir Thomas. If I stay with you, Sir Thomas, can I also ride Cinnamon? Or is that disrespectful?
Yes.
Yes, that it's
Thomas,
disrespectful,
if
or
she
yes,
stays,
that I
she
can.
has to ride on Cinnamon.
No, I don't.
You can ride on Cinnamon.
Okay, but if I can't ride on Cinnamon, I'll be fine.
Great. So Ryvar and I will scout ahead. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. So over the course of the next 10 minutes, we'll say only really about 5 minutes pass before Ryvar, you and Opal kind of take another, it's a little bit of a twisting path, so you can't
Oh,
really see
just like
what's
the
much
good
ahead of
times.
you.
Oh, just like the good times.
Yes. We get so much more done,
I
really.
know, really. We were so quick about it. Sorry.
Um, no, it's great.
I made you comic books. I'm
And it was lovely.
productive.
Um, After just about 5, maybe 7 minutes of travel, you kind of take a turn and still a ways away down the way that would probably take another 5 to 7 minutes to get there. You see a
Bandersnatch.
building.
Oh,
You see a very
Ooh.
beautiful building with a tall tower kind of behind it, it almost looks like. As you're walking down this path, it's like a clearing was almost made for this building. So you still see trees and forest all around, but it clearly has opened to reveal down the path this building.
Before the others get here, maybe we should stealth up and see if we can see or hear anything.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. Maybe not go in yet, but do a lap around. Do you
Yeah,
want to
just do a
go
little
opposite
something.
ways?
Yes, I'll meet you around back.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, both give me stealth checks.
I shouldn't have left myself to stealth.
You're dexterity based, aren't you?
Okay, yeah, I'm not that.
That is a 24 for me.
16.
Okay. As you are stealthing around, are you looking into any windows or trying to stay completely unseen?
I'm looking into windows. I'm trying
I'm
to see if
looking
there's
into
any signs of
windows.
life.
Okay.
Just little
Um,
peeks, though. I'm not gonna like make myself obvious.
sure. Um, which ones? So as you're like would be approaching kind of the front door to
I'll go
this
to the right.
building. Oh, we'll go into the right. So Opal, as you sneak around to the right, um, across the front, you don't see too many buildings or windows to peek into. Um, you mainly see the first couple right next to the door. Um, we'll actually start in the corner because you'll probably sneak around through like the woods and then arrive more at the
Hmm.
corner. So do you sneak across the front or stick mainly to the side and go straight to the back? Because I assume you're not just
Um,
walking up to the front entrance.
yeah, no, I
This would
mean,
be a
since
harder
Ryvar would
stealth.
have to sort of pass the front to get to the left, I would let him cover the front.
Okay. Um, so as you sneak around the side, mainly the windows that you look into, um, with a quick glance, all you really see is they look kind of like very small rooms. Like if someone is staying in this building, this would be an individual room with just a simple bed, a trunk for like personal belongings that you can put away, maybe a desk in some. It looks like there might be a variety of sizes. Some have two beds, some just one, but that's primarily what you see until you get kind of across the back of the building. Once you're, excuse me, at the back of the building, you see that tower and then separate entrance to the tower,
Mm.
that looks again quite tall. And you also see kind of a more, especially compared to the other two buildings, a quite dilapidated building that looks a little run down. It looks like um the overgrowth of the meadow itself has kind of started to creep up onto this building itself. It looks kind of abandoned, like very different than the other buildings that you currently see.
You said the tower has a separate entrance. Is it like uh chained up or boarded up, or does it seem like maybe there's a lock that could be like, is there anything that is obviously barring this door from being able to be opened?
From where you are currently, just sneaking around kind of the side of the building, it looks like a normal door that is likely to have a lock. Whether it is locked or not is kind of
Mhm.
TBD, but there doesn't seem to be like a heavy like log in front of it or boarded up or chain or anything extra besides just a normal door that would lock off some sort of area.
Would my detect magic still be up by chance? Probably
Not at this point.
no. Not at this point. Okay, I'll just keep going for now.
Okay. So as you get to kind of the back, you do see a back door that leads down a slight pathway that does kind of connect the big building to the tower. And then once you get about halfway behind, um, we'll say Ryvar's pretty quick so that you still meet about halfway, even though Ryvar covers a little bit more grounds. So Ryvar, with a quick look, you see very similar on that kind of right corner, a couple rooms and then a hallway that would connect them. Um, you look into and kind of see a kitchen-like area as well. You see almost like a lounge area that has that room specifically has some people milling about inside, some
Oh, there are
humanoids.
people in there. Okay, okay.
Yep. And again, without taking the time
Yeah.
to actually investigate, you see beings in there. You walk past the front door, peeking into the windows that are kind of on either side. And it looks kind of like an entryway. There's another humanoid behind what looks to be kind of a welcome desk. Um, and then you continue around, and basically from the front door to the left, and then around like half of the house, is actually a full greenhouse looking area that has movement inside, people inside, but would be harder to stealth past because of the openness of it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give you too much more information because you'll probably take a little step back
Yeah.
to not be detected. Um, and then as you get to the back of the building, there's a chunk of windowless area. And then at the very, very back, you see more kind of like very tiny windows that are slits. And inside of that, you see this like open water feature. You can't really get much more than that, but it looks like a very large room with a central water feature inside.
I like meet up with Opal and I say, honestly, this looks like a place of business. I think that we should just try to go through the front door.
Yes, but there's also a mysterious tower around back. It's got a separate entrance.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's just worth bearing in mind. But yes,
No,
I do think we should go in the front door
I definitely think
first.
that we should probably try to get in there, but I think that we should maybe see if there's a way to do all of this without causing any trouble.
Should we maybe have some of us go in and some of us stay out, or do you think we should all go in together?
I think we can all go in together.
Okay, let's head back to the edge of the
They
trees
should be
and
here any minute.
any minute.
And so in the time that takes for you guys to do a full scan and come back to the kind of edge of the trees before this opens up into a meadow, we'll say that's about perfect for the time that you see Mr. Thomas and Ezra riding up on Cinnamon the horse that has now been summoned. And Thomas looks quite gallant.
How do you feel?
Oh, oh man, I will never get off this horse again.
Well,
I promise
Well,
you
I
that.
think
go
you're
inside this
going to
building.
have to.
Yeah.
Well, I could stay on the back of this. What's inside?
I don't know. I saw like a welcome desk and like people, so I think it's like a place of business.
I mean, Soon said that it was a retreat of some sort,
I think
right?
so, yeah. So I think we need to
Oh.
kind of like, even if there is something nefarious going on, I think the best way to kind of handle this situation is to kind of go with the flow and see what we can figure out before we take any action.
Yes.
Yeah, that
In
makes
my
sense.
experience, retreats are always a front for something.
Probably. It's probably a
Could
cult.
be. I would say walking in with a horse is maybe not the best
Yeah, Thomas,
Well,
entrance.
for a person
I-
who's like so worried about like sinning and like doing the wrong thing, you should know that taking a horse
Yes.
into the interior of a building is a
Mhm.
bad idea.
Yep.
But I just got him back.
should I ask if they allow horses
Just leave him out here.
Yeah, ask
You
if I'm
can
allowed first before I
ask,
commit to
sure.
not bringing
Sure.
it. Because if
Because
I'm not bringing it,
You're right.
cinnamon
We
in,
could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I'm not
Maybe
coming in.
Maybe they'll be down for the horse.
all right, I'll
Um,
just wait outside.
I'll walk up.
Ezra,
Should I go?
you're our friendly face, please.
Yes.
With my giant scar and my white eye. Hi!
So are you all entering through the front door? Is anyone waiting outside with Thomas?
I'm entering.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'll enter. Thomas can wait.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the three of you enter, similar to what you saw, Zach, you see a beautiful, again, everything about this building and thus far that you've seen very much mimics the book that led you here of just like pristine, beautiful. The person behind the desk is a human man that is just chiseled jaw, like wearing this like linen shirt that's like unbuttoned just perfectly so. He has a little pin of a cat eye on his jacket, well, a vest that's like over the linen shirt. Just like beautiful man, brown hair, a little shaggy,
Ooh,
um, average height, and greets you with a big white tooth smile as you enter. And he says, "Oh, welcome to the Temple of the Restful Lily. I hope you all are ready for some relaxation and recuperation, for that is what we offer here. How may I be of service today?"
oh,
Um,
that sounds so nice.
Just real quick question. Do you allow horses, if they're emotional support horses?
Unfortunately, to at the respect of our fellow guests here, we do ask that most steeds are left outside. We do have caretakers that will give them whatever they need to our guests here. So if you do intend to stay and partake in some of our services, we would be more than happy to take care of whatever steed may be waiting outside.
I'll
Heard.
go talk to Thomas.
Oh, okay.
There's one more. Perfect. Great.
Oh, go outside.
Well, I would love to, once the other that are waiting, I can let you know what services we do offer here and anything that you might be interested in. We'd be happy to take care of you in whatever way you need.
So we'll
And
just wait.
yeah, and Opal, you go out. Mr. Thomas, you are given the news that you have to part
I
with
definitely
Cinnamon.
present it as though like the bad news is Cinnamon can't come in. But the good news is Cinnamon gets to have a retreat of his own. There's a whole stable full of people who will take care of Cinnamon and give him whatever he wants, but it's only for horses, so you can't go.
Well, I want to see who these people are, and I
Oh,
will be
God.
the judge if they're worthy of giving Cinnamon the treatment that he deserves. No one
Okay.
allows Cinnamon inside. Is that crazy to you?
No, I'll come with you.
No.
And I'll kind of like make sure that we like go quickly. I'll be like, okay, come on, let's get him to the stables.
I'd like to imagine that me and Ryvar are just playing the quiet game with this person who's at the desk, and we're just
Yeah.
like,
Ezra was like, we know this really fun game.
I will say you kind of look around. You don't notice any stables necessarily. You do notice some tie-ups
Mm,
There is something
near
I
the
wanna ask in
entrance
the
that
meantime.
you might leave your, which I would say isn't uncommon to like leave if you're not going to be here for too long.
yeah.
There might be a separate place that Cinnamon is taken if you are staying overnight or something like that. But at least to, if you are attending here, you can leave your steed at these tie-ups, and then there is likely then someone from that works there would come and
Yeah.
attend to your steed.
Okay.
We should leave him here and we'll let the person at the front desk know that he's ready to be picked up.
Okay. I pretend to tie Cinnamon to the post, but it's just a loose tie.
Okay.
I'll be back, Cinnamon.
Is
All right,
Cinnamon
let's go.
its pronouns he, him, or Cinnamon?
Cinnamon's a he, him.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I can
big
Just wanted to
communicate.
confirm.
energy.
If I'm
Cinna
within 1
he,
mile,
cinna him.
I can communicate
Jeez.
telepathically. So
For
if,
what
if
distance?
I'm 1 mile, I can communicate
Okay.
telepathically. So I'm
Okay.
constantly checking in.
Yeah.
While they're gone, I
Mhm.
say to the man, "Oh, they'll go. She's going to go get our friend with the horse. Our other friend, Falthrax, was supposed to meet us here. Is he here yet?
Well, unfortunately, due to the nature of the Temple of the Restful Lily, our guests do come here with the intent to relax and get away from any outside world, so we do keep our guest names private.
Of
We
course, yes.
generally do not share that information with others, just in case
Well, how
they're
about I
here
ask you
and
this so you don't feel bad? Because we either need to wait here in the lobby for him, or he's already here and we can go in. So what if I say, have you seen anyone today wearing, and I say like the color of robes that people wear in Candlekeep. What color is that again? Like deep green?
the avowed, so like
Yeah.
Sprig and the scribes, usually wear purple
Okay,
robes.
purple. Have you seen anyone today wearing purple robes? You don't have to say who you've seen, but have you just seen anyone today wearing purple robes?
Mm-hmm. And he gives you a
Oh, I
But
could work here.
unfortunately, no, I have not seen anyone today with
Oh.
any purple robes that have arrived. None of our
Okay,
guests.
we might have to wait. We might have to wait.
Okay, well that is totally fine. As the
Let's
two
see
of you
him in
I'm still
enter,
pickled here. I don't know.
as the two of you enter, having just tied up Cinnamon, you do see kind of past the desk, there's hallways, and you can kind of see that some of them have little doors attached to them. And so get out of here, you. So coming out of one of the little doors, you see quite a burly man with almost ginger hair that's kind of cut short. And he's wrapped in kind of this fluffy white robe, and he kind of is like tying the robe as he comes out, and he kind of looks at you all and then just continues walking down the hallway to the door at the far end. And I will say, having had the time while they were talking about Cinnamon, you know, and why don't I just show you?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You could just see a
Okay.
black screen for now.
Yeah, I do.
Uh-oh.
It's a good sign.
I'm so scared. There's a map out now.
There's the okay.
Decoration.
Decoration.
Do. So
Hello?
you've
Is anybody
seen
there?
Oh,
so you've
no.
seen the full exterior of it. So let me also show you kind of the perimeter that Ryvar and Opal has seen. Just briefly. Doot,
Reevy and Opie, you know what I'm saying? Arno.
doot,
Arnar.
Arnar. I gotta slowly
Arnar.
chunk this away because it's a little at an angle.
Arnar.
Arnar.
Oh no.
Arnar.
Can we not say that anymore?
Matt
Feels
turned
bad.
Everybody,
mad.
shut up.
Can we not?
Can we just not?
That's like
Makes me
guys.
uncomfortable.
All right.
We have to. We cannot
Matt.
disrespect Matt either.
Yeah, we can't disrespect that.
Cinnamon hates it when people say that.
It's not even here.
I'm communicating telepathically at all
Whoa,
times.
dude, are you okay?
Matt.
Telepathically?
Arnar.
No.
While this is happening, I'm gonna get more water.
Arnar.
I'm parched.
Oh man, Matt just died.
All right.
That was crazy.
Do.
I can't believe Matt's no longer with us.
Did he die?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
For sure. All right. So, you now see the full perimeter. So, like I said, you guys, and you can kind of see where there's windows that you peeked through. And then you can see at the very back the not kind of weirdly rounded area that doesn't have a path leading up to it is that kind of old abandoned looking building. And then you see a tower. And then the front door that you just came through. Oh, wow, I zoomed out way too much. Why are you not being cool? Be cool, man. There we go. Is right here. Boop.
Ah,
Whoa.
So just so we can keep track of where you guys are, let's go ahead and put your tokens out.
Tokeny.
Tokens out. Uh-huh.
Sun's out, tokens out.
So like I said, you see it looks like a woman in the little token, but that is a man. And
Mm-hmm.
he is the one that just told you. From this area back here is where you just saw the burly man come out of a room in a white robe, and he disappeared
Burly man.
through the door that is straight down the hallway to the back of this room. You also see a door on to the right and to the left of you as well.
Whoa.
So as Opal and Mr. Thomas come back, say, "Oh, wonderful. I believe your steed was then left outside, so I'll let someone know to take the best care of them should you choose to stay. And we have a plethora of offerings here at the house, the Temple of the Restful Lily. First, our general stay is to the baths themselves, which is just straight behind me. Um, and so you can get access to that as well as just access to the rest of the house should you choose. Obviously, the exception for that is our guests' private rooms or things. If you choose to stay the night, there is also that option at an additional charge. Other additional charges we do have, in addition to the baths, is we do have the option for an hour-long massage. You can get your nails or a pedicure done as well. We do have a little workout room that you can visit as well if you are
Whoa.
looking to have a little workout as well. And then we have a bar for those that are our guests partaking in any of our services can use as well.
Oh,
Is there anything I could interest you in? Oh, we also have a shave or a haircut as well.
do you have a deluxe package for all of the above?
We do usually piece it out per item just because as you partake in the item, we usually charge you at that time. So if you would like
Mm.
another massage right after your massage, we can do that. So there's not really a package deal as much as it's a pick and choose option of a menu, more or less.
Hmm. What
and do
first
you
game?
provide pedicure services for animals?
We
Lord.
can certainly, if you let us know what type of animal your steed
Horse.
is. The horse? Yes,
Warhorse.
I can talk to some of our staff here and see who has maybe some blacksmithing experience and see what we can
Whoa.
do about that. That's not usually something we offer, so no guarantees there, sir. I'm very um apologetic about that, but I can see what we can do at least to give your horse perhaps a massage, a nice bath, things like that that we could also offer for.
To the
I'm
Excellent.
pretty hungry.
That's what
We
I
do
was
have
just
a
about to
fully stocked
say.
kitchen that goes with
Yeah.
the bar where you can order off of our menu. We have a variety of soups, some meat dishes, things like that as
Would
well.
the bar be the location that I saw those people milling about
Yes.
from outside? I agree, Ezra. I think I'm a little hungry too. Maybe we can start at the bar.
Yeah, you can't relax for a massage until you eat.
Have a full stomach. Yes, that's what they say, or else you'll get cramps.
Yeah.
Mm.
Interesting.
Yep.
I will say that generally the bathhouse is at least the bottom line price that we do offer. It gets you access, like I said, to the bathhouse, a robe that you'll find most of our guests in, as well as access to the entire area, including the workout room that is included in our baseline cost. But we don't generally allow just a visit to the bar and to eat, as we're not
Right.
necessarily that kind of
How much for 4
establishment.
passes to the bathhouse?
Four, it would be at 4 gold pieces each. So it's 16 gold for the four of you.
Wonderful. Here's 20.
Oh, Thank you very much, sir.
Of
He
course.
takes it and kind of pulls out, kind of disappears behind the desk for a second to put the money away and then pops back up. And he kind of looks at you all individually and says, "Okay, let me grab robes for you all that are roughly my estimated size for you. Um, Again, feel free to use the changing rooms behind me. There is a locked trunk in each, and you'll each have your own specific room. For those that
Oh.
are just staying, not overnight, there's overnight you have a specific room that you can keep your belongings in. But um, we do ask for the safety of ourselves and our guests that you leave most of your belongings in the rooms. We won't pat you down, don't worry, but we just ask as a common courtesy to leave most belongings. And then from there, like I said, you'll have access to the baths behind me. Our workout room is to my right, your left. And then the food and drinks and options for manicures and pedicures are to your right. If you are interested in massage as well, I can direct you to that location as well.
Does he walk away to get the robes?
He just walks kind of doesn't leave this area. He walks to almost like a couple of storage trunks that are just to the side, and takes out some folded robes of various sizes for each of you.
Thank you very much.
Of course. And then he goes under the desk and grabs a couple keys, hands each of you one. They're numbered keys, and you can, once you head down the hall a little bit, the changing rooms are basically starting at one and then going upwards in kind of an upside down U fashion. So you get primarily changing rooms that are on the right side. So 6, 7, 8, and 9, which are closest to the bathhouse and down.
Great. I'm
Um,
gonna go get
did,
changed.
does he write our name down on any sort of like guest book or anything like that, or it just seems like we pay and we go?
Yeah, you haven't seen him write your name. He hasn't asked for your names. He didn't write down your names. Um, it's again one of those like, if you're going for a massage, you don't have to give necessarily contact info. If you're ordering food at a tavern, perhaps if you were staying the night, there might be a guest book to keep track of who's in what room. So if they order maybe room services or something, but just for access to the baths, there's no guest book for that.
Okay. Yep, I guess I'll go change.
All right. So each of you are handed a robe. Um, seems to be of your varying stature, so should fit almost perfectly. And each of you enter your own locked room that, like I said, has a trunk, a couple hooks on the wall to hang things up as you so choose. You know you can leave whatever in here. It will be locked. So at this point, as you guys enjoy and change into your comfy robes, we're gonna take a little bio break and come back to
Yay.
exploring the bathhouse.
All
I
Oh
don't
right.
my
know what to
gosh.
do.
We'll
I
be right back.
know. We're gonna have to find this guy.
Hello and welcome back. Jumping right in, you all have arrived at the House of the Restful Lily, Temple of the Restful Lily. I keep saying house, Temple of the Restful Lily, and have paid your entry fee basically to now have access to both the baths and the rest of the area, where you can then choose to add on maybe a mani-pedi or maybe a massage, get a little workout in. All of that is now up to your choice, as you hopefully maybe find Falthrax in the meantime. So you're all in your individual rooms. What I would like to know from each of you right now is if you do try to conceal anything, specifically on your person within the robe that you're given, or if you are shy and keep on clothes under the robe, things like that. So we'll go one by one. Ryvar.
I leave my spear. I think I take off the majority of my robes, except for like the waist piece perhaps, so that like I can have
Good old loincloth.
Yeah, exactly. So that I can have the white robe a little open, showing some chest and like making it look like I'm just wearing this robe.
Okay.
At my waist, I'm gonna keep my dart belt, so it's just like
Okay.
a belt with my darts in it. That's gonna stay, and then I'm not gonna roll up my sleeves and keep my bracers on as well.
Okay.
But other than that, Like I'm gonna leave my health potion behind. I'm gonna leave any of my stuff. I'm just gonna have me with the belt of darts and the bracers.
Great. Mr. Thomas.
I keep my lance under my robe. No, I was
Oh
kidding.
my god.
No, I'm just kidding.
Just like sticking up out of the back.
Yeah. I mean,
Lances are like 7 feet long.
Yeah.
He can't actually exit the room. He's like, oh shit.
I mean, I I have nothing on my person really that I could even keep with me.
hmm
So
JMO's like, oh, sorry.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
I do. I mean, I have a dagger. I'll just keep a dagger.
Okay. We'll say you're able to kind of like keep a belt or something and be able to conceal that without issue. Similar to the dart belt, both of those are small enough that you under again very fluffy, big, comfy robes, which as you guys put these on, they are so soft. Like think chinchilla fur, like
Oh,
the softest thing you've ever felt in a robe. They're just fluffy, warm, and wonderful. Like almost like they were in a towel warmer and handed to you
Uh-huh.
warm as well. Just
I think
already a great
Angie wants
experience.
to go here.
Okay, Ezra, do you conceal
Um,
anything?
I sorry. I fully take off everything. The chinchillas fur, absolutely need that ASAP. But I would in the belt on the outside of my robe tie in like my ink pen and like a bottle of ink and like some parchments and like papers just to
Okay.
have in case I need to in this relaxation I could gain sudden inspiration for my art and my comics.
Very true. Very true.
But no, I don't have any weapons or anything.
Okay. And Opal.
I'm trying to think because Opal usually wears leather armor with like her robes kind of over it. No, but I think she would take her armor off, but she would keep
Okay.
her holy symbol and try to tuck her one healing potion into like, the band of her undies.
Okay. Yeah,
And then
I
as
will
a
say,
hairless cat, putting on this fur robe is a little weird.
yep, that's very fair. Easily enough, similarly, you can conceal that without too much issue. Health potions are small enough that they're like a little vial. So not too bad. So you all emerge, probably Mr. Thomas last because it took him the longest to get out of his armor, compared to the rest of you. So you're kind of milling in the hallway waiting for Mr. Thomas to get out. Do you then head to that room to the right, or do you go up to the baths and follow the person you did see go up there? And as a reminder, Ryvar, you did see people in this like almost lounge looking area where they said that the food was. You also saw people in the greenhouse, which is also now described as the workout area. There was a couple more figures in there as well.
I tell everyone.
I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna go get a good workout in.
Maybe it would be a good idea to all split up for an hour or so, see what we see, and come back together.
Okay, I was planning on going to the Ezra. You want to go to the bar, right?
Yeah.
I'll go to like the baths.
I'll also go to the baths with the assumption that it's like a large room and we could like split up.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Ryvar saw into it and knows that it is quite a large room,
Yeah.
with quite a large pool of water, as well as a
Well, you
reminder for
can-
you, Opal. The baths is focused around a pool, so if that is
Yeah,
still where you
that
want to
kinda
go,
just okay, hold on. Let me rethink
You can
this.
make your way. You can like make your way like maybe try to that dilapidated building or that tower or something.
But now I'm in my robe. Without
now
my
I'm
armor.
in my robe.
Yeah.
You know what I
Are people
mean?
not allowed outside?
No, she
I would
just
say
doesn't want to be.
you know
vulnerable.
that there, besides a separate building, there wasn't anything actually outside
Oh,
of the bathhouse, and so it would seem strange to have paid all of your money and then left
Okay.
And
without
then
some
leave
sort
like
of
immediately.
excuse. So,
I'll go get a massage.
Okay.
but I
Yeah.
will say, as a reminder, you did see some sort of back door leading towards the tower. So you know there's a separate exit somewhere that would lead
Mhm.
outside, just as a reminder.
I'm gonna just look around.
Okay. Do you go from the baths to look around, or do you go one of the other directions to look around?
Um, I would actually, I'm gonna just like go get a massage and maybe I'll sneak off while I'm there and look around.
Okay. Um, you would need to ask where the massages are given. So do you
Okay, I
go
will.
back to, okay.
Mm.
All right. So we'll put you here. Ezra's going that way. Mr. Thomas is going this way. We're gonna do, who wants to go first? Everybody, just give me an initiative roll, just so I don't have to decide who goes
Ooh!
first.
Oh, damn, that's
17.
4.
17 for
11.
13.
11, 13. So Mr. Thomas is gonna go first, then we'll jump to Ryvar, then Opal, then Ezra. So Mr. Thomas is first. Let's then reveal this room.
I think Mr. Tumnus every single
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
do too.
It's really hard not to. All right. So
We just split up immediately.
sure did. So, Mr. Thomas, you enter what is clearly the greenhouse, or a garden of some sorts. So, like I described earlier, all of the like kind of corner walls, minus the ones that connect to other rooms, are green, leading outside, letting some sunlight in. There's plant life everywhere. You see a couple of extra large trees, one kind of tucked in a corner, one to your right as you enter, as well as some bushes, some flowers, beautiful scenery. Currently, you see a right here. Oop, yeah, there we go. This guy next to that ping, is a drow individual that is currently, what is he doing? He is currently doing some squats under the supervision of this woman next to him. The drow is quite thin and skinny, doesn't look very muscular at all. Definitely struggling with however many squats he's currently doing. But he looks like maybe a nobleman. He's wearing some pretty nice clothes. He has long white hair, very clear, drow colored skin, and currently has like his sleeves rolled up, of his, he changed into kind of outside of the robe since he's working out. He put on just like some kind of normal attire that still looks very nice. So it looks like still a wealthy individual to be here, and is currently doing squats, while the woman that is currently uh find her. Nope, not that one. There she is. The woman that is overseeing this drow is a tall, beautiful, muscular sun elf that seems to be actually scrutinizing his form, giving him some pointers of, lower, push through it, things like that. Definitely seems like the trainer of this establishment. She has beautiful copper hair that's flowing down her shoulders. She's currently actually wearing a little bit of armor. That is just a breastplate to keep her arms open. Is also very ornate and has kind of red fur on the cuffs as like some accents. Looks very well put together. Um, and like I said, right now this is just the two of them in this room. And as you enter, the elf turns to you and says, "Oh, another for a workout for the day?"
Yes. Hello there. Do you mind if my horse joins?
Yes, unfortunately, we don't let animals in the garden. No.
Okay, fine. Yes, I would like to partake in your workouts.
Oh, well, if you feel up to the full challenge, I can give you that. Otherwise, I can have you do some practice workouts and see where you might need
I'll
to.
stop you there, please. I'll take the full challenge.
Excellent. Well, it is a challenge, as I said, but if you are able to actually complete all 3 workouts of this challenge, there is a little bit of a prize I like to give, but I rarely do give out all of the challenge. Keep your butt lower. Lower to the ground. Thank you.
Well, get ready to give that prize out because if there's a challenge, Mr. Thomas Gallant is up for it. And what's your name, by the way?
Oh, my name is Azirsa. I'm one of the curators of this establishment, actually.
Wow. This place so far has been incredibly accommodating, except
Oh,
for your horse rule, which needs some work, but I'm not going to hold that against you.
we do thank you for that, of course.
Hmm,
And we will take note of your critique and keep that in mind in the future.
beautiful. All right. I couldn't help but noticing that you are very beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you very much. We here at the Temple of the Restful Lily do like to keep a certain level of poise and stature, of course, and want to look as appealing to our guests as we can. So we do try to keep ourselves, as you say, beautiful. But I do appreciate that.
No problem. Just stand next to this drow and give him a dirty
Okay.
look.
Um, he is sweaty. He like smells a little bit by the exertion that he's clearly given. He does not look like he has many more squats in him. And Azirsa kind of looks at him and says, well, Gregory, I don't know how many more you have in you, and if you would like to take a break before maybe trying the challenge again, perhaps that might be best. And he like sh legs shaking stands up from one squat that he did. He's yeah, okay, maybe that's best. And he goes over to just like a place by the door where he kind of tosses his robe, picks it up, and exits the room.
Nice
So the
try,
rest of you,
Gregory.
I would see probably only Opal since you're asking a question before. All you probably see Gregory go by, and then follows into the kind of lounge area and beyond, which you do not see where that might lead to, but that's where he heads. And we're going to send him there. Okay. Um, so Mr. Thomas, Zirza looks at you and says, well, as you just saw, our friend Gregory here, the start of the challenge is quite the rigorous amount of squats. And if you can pass that, we'll move on to the second one. So for now, please. And for roles for this, I need to have you pass 3 constitution checks. So go ahead and give me the first one.
Of course, I've been doing squats in my sleep since the day I was born. 13.
Okay. You pass the first one. Give me the second.
Okay.
They will get respectively harder
Mhm.
as you continue the squats.
So far, this is easy. 16.
Okay. And one more roll.
Oh, I haven't even broken a sweat. 17.
Okay. So you start your squats and she watches your form, gives you some pointers, but actually looks like rather impressed, like, oh, all right then. Okay. Um, and lets you continue and continue. She doesn't tell you how many squats you have to get to, but after some number that you yourself even lose track of, she says, well, congratulations, you've passed the first of the 3 trials in this challenge. I'm impressed, I must say. But they, as you probably would know, they do get respectively harder as we continue along. So, but if you'll continue with me over to this corner and please don't be alarmed. And she claps twice, and the tree in this corner comes to life.
Oh shit.
It does not attack per se, but it comes to life, and she comes over to the tree, and next to it there's a rope on the ground. She holds up one end and the tree takes it and then holds out the other end for you to take.
Hmm. I see you have made this tree become alive to test my skills.
It is
That's
true.
in my head. This is like a garden. It's like outside. Is there a fence around?
They're glass windows. It's like a
Last one.
greenhouse in its
Oh, okay.
build, but they call it a garden.
Okay. In my head, I telepathically tell Cinnamon to come around the side and just watch from outside.
Okay. Um, you see Cinnamon come kind of trotting along, um, and just kind of stop like right behind on like almost the far west side and just like stop and kind of look. And soon after you see the shape of an individual in a very similar white attire that the person at the entrance was wearing, kind of like walking after and like clearly saying something and like comes up to it and like gestures of like and trying to get Cinnamon to come away, but Cinnamon's just staring at you.
Uh, I turn to the woman. That's my horse.
Oh, um, is it all right? Is it does it need something or why did it?
I think it just needs to watch me win this challenge. I grab the ropes.
Okay, she goes over to the window and kind of knocks and gets the attention of the person out of there and just says like as a kind of emotion of like just leave it, we'll see what happens. And so the other person just stands next to the horse and also starts watching. Um, So, as you may have guessed, the next challenge is to beat this tree here in a simple game of tug of war. If you can, we'll move on to the last challenge. So, for this, I need you to make an athletics check.
All right, no problem. Natural 20, 26.
Absurd.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So as you
This is
kind
what
of
got
grab
him
the
knighted.
end, honestly, as you grab the end of your rope and kind of like widen your stance, leaning back as like that trick of like using your own body weight against the your opponent. The tree's roots like kind of curl into the ground as it also prepares the tug of war, branches extended, ready to pull into the trunk of the tree. And Azirsa says, "All right," as she's holding kind of the middle of the rope, says, on the count of three, we'll say, you may both start pulling. One, two, three. And on three, she releases the rope. The tree pulls, but you are just quick enough that you just yank it, and the branch of the tree just comes snapping off and falls to the ground at your feet as you have just instantly won this game of tug of war.
Pretty impressive.
I
I'm looking past her at Cinnamon.
she doesn't quite notice, but is yes, I must say I am quite impressed. I am intrigued to see how you fare on this very last challenge. Um, and the she goes to the other side of the tree and picks up this rather long chain that she once again hands one end to the other side of the tree, but this time keeps the other end for herself and walks enough away from the tree that there's some slack in the chain without pulling it taut. And um and she says, "This is the last challenge, both of strength and a little bit of dexterity as well. Um,
Uh-oh.
I don't mean to presume that you've skipped rope ever in your life, but the same thing is can be assumed with this challenge of we will spin this rope around this chain around you and you must jump over it as it gets close to your feet."
Okay, I don't normally do a lot of jumping. Normally, Cinnamon is my legs, but I will partake in this challenge.
Okay. Let me just read. So these are going to be dex checks, or acrobatics if you want to use that specifically. Um, uh, okay.
I rolled so well that this is bound to fail.
Okay. So acrobatics. Go ahead and give
Okay.
me that first roll.
Okay. 11.
Okay. So you're not quite ready for this first spin as it comes around. And you don't fully just like trip and fall on your face, but it does catch kind of your heel as it's spinning, so it throws you a little off balance. Give me another acrobatics check.
Oh, but 0. I
Specimen.
rolled a 0.
Specimen. What a specimen.
Okay. So as it clips your heels, you're not quite ready. It comes flying around and clocks you right in the shins, and you, in your unarmored form, take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as this thick chain just swipes your feet out from under you, and it hits you as well as hitting the ground, in a utter failure of the last and final challenge.
Whoa.
Oh,
That tug of war was pretty good though.
I must say, until that moment, you were quite impressive. Unfortunately, the third and final is sometimes what gets our stronger opponents, as strength just doesn't just come from the muscles or how many squats you can do, but you have to be a little dexterous at the same time. So unfortunately, you do fail the challenge, but please, you are always welcome to try again. You do have to start from the beginning, but if you feel so inclined after some rest, stop by again.
Okay. How did Gregory do?
Well, as you can see, Gregory was still doing squats and was struggling, so.
Okay, that's good. I actually need to go outside to console with my horse.
Okay.
So,
Um,
thank you.
sure.
Thank you. Do you like horses?
Not particularly, no.
I walk away, turn around, and walk away.
Okay.
I go outside.
So you will say go around to the corner where I'll pull in also um this person that's just like who was with your horse. Um, and we'll get back to that in a second. As you console with your horse as your first part of it, and we'll jump to Ryvar, who I believe was next in our order. And you do 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 do. You see, in the next room, similar to what you just saw, you step into what is the bathhouse of this full spa, we'll call it. You see the man that entered in his robe, now fully in the baths, a folded robe kind of just outside of the bath behind him. He's currently facing away from you and just in the pool, just like having a nice, relaxing moment alone in the pool himself.
Um, I think that I would. These stars in the back, are those just like stars on the ground?
I believe, let me double check. Yeah, so the circles are kind of like pillars between the windows,
Uh-huh.
that are thick pillars. The two stars are actually statues of Soon,
Oh,
that are also depicted. Um,
okay,
and
cool.
then the steps are kind of the steps leading down into a sunken pool, and then there's some benches around the outside, as well.
I think that I would get. Um, mm, mm. I think that I would. I mean, it's not going to take long to put it back on. So I think I'm going to take off my robe as I'm doing so.
Hmm.
I kind of unclick my dart belt, slide off my bracers, and just kind of like fold them all into like a pile that looks like
Sure.
just the robe and put them down. So it's just me and my loincloth.
Great.
Um, and then I take off the loincloth and put it on top of the robe.
Okay.
And then I'm going to just like get into the bath, like right there.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of get down, just like be there for a relaxing time. After like a minute or so, I just want to like completely submerge myself.
Mm-hmm.
Just like kind of like slide down and just see if I see anything in the water
Okay. Give me a perception check.
other than a penis. Presumably, you know, I don't want to. 15.
15. You do see the man next to you fully nude.
Yeah.
You see that this is like pristine, clear water.
Okay.
So you can see pretty much the whole bath. Um, from the bottom, you can see some bubbles coming up from somehow if like maybe this is a natural hot spring or some sort of magical thing is heating it.
Yeah.
But it is a warm bath, not necessarily too overtly heated. But there are some bubbles emerging from the bottom. But other than that, nothing really sticks out to you. You don't see anything hidden or
Cool.
underwater.
I think when I
Um, I will say
go
if
ahead.
you do that, while you kind of look around, even out of the corner of your eye, you kind of notice once you go fully under, the guy kind of looks at you and you see him like shift just like a little bit of
Yeah.
just maybe just angling away a little bit.
When I come back out of the water, I'm just a little bit closer to him. And, and I just kind of. So, how you doing?
Doing okay?
Good, good. First time here?
Yeah, actually. Referred to by a friend back home.
Yeah. Me too. It's the first time.
Mm. Mhm.
Fault Rex?
Are you offering me that, or is that
I
a
just
service they
I
offer
thought
here?
that might be your name. I'm pretty good with names. Sometimes
Oh.
I've never nailed it on the first try, but one day I will, and that person will be mind blown.
Yeah, honestly, I would have been pretty impressed if you got it on the first try.
Yes. So, are you here by yourself?
Kind of like looks around and is like and like scoots away just like ever so slightly
Yeah.
and like eyes you up like a little bit of like, do I need to be concerned by this person?
I'm just
And he's
smiling.
like, and you can see now out of his robe, he's like a pretty beefy dude.
Yeah.
Like, clearly is like very strong, very muscular, maybe a little bit of a beer belly, but like, could handle himself probably. So he kind of looks at you and says, yeah.
I'm looking for a friend of mine. He has been having a rough time, and I thought that maybe he'd come here, but I haven't seen him yet. Have you seen anybody around in purple robes?
Everybody I've seen is in either the like white
Right.
uniform, it seems, or
Yeah.
the white robe. So no.
Gotcha. Insight check.
Sure.
You would also know that he's a dwarf, just heads up.
True. Yeah. That's just a 10. No, it's an 11.
Seems to be telling the truth.
Okay.
What does this friend of yours look like?
He's a dwarf. Have you seen any dwarves around?
Nope.
No? Well, maybe I beat them here. Who knows? I'm just worried
Yeah,
about
might
my
be.
buddy.
Yep.
Oh, boy. You know, it's just crazy times. It feels good. It feels good on the bones, you know. So,
Yep.
are you from the Feywild?
No.
Well, then how did you get here?
Like I said, my friend told me how to get here. It was like I'm from Waterdeep, but it was like a special like
Book
hidden
with a mirror on
door.
it? Oh.
No.
Oh. Interesting. I came through a book with a mirror on it.
Like you went into the book.
No, but I do know friends who have done that before. I'm an
Wow.
adventurer. Been around, done a lot of things, killed a lot
That's
of
cool.
baddies. You seem like
Glad you
you're pretty.
clarified with baddies at the end.
You
I
you
thought
seem
you were
like
just.
you're one for not one. Not one to
I'm
go
a
away.
blacksmith, so yeah, I have.
Oh, okay, yes, good. I actually am a member of the Blacksmiths Guild in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, yeah, Waterdeep
Oh,
chapter is where. Yeah,
that's
hmm,
great. No, well then of course I
cool.
understand. Yeah, your shoulder blades. I have to be
Yep,
killing you.
yeah. This is nice. I was a little worried about never done anything.
Yeah.
Well, this feels a little frou-frou for my line of work, but so far so
Everybody,
good.
everybody deserves to, relax and have
Yeah.
a comfortable time. So,
And he, hearing that you're a blacksmith, seems to like open up a little bit and like
uh-huh.
turns to you a little bit and is like, "Have you gotten one of those like manicure things? I mean, obviously, we work with our hands a lot, but I just don't know if it's gonna take away the calluses that I've built up, or I don't
And
know.
I hold up my scaly clawed hands. I'm a little different. It's,
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
it'd
Yeah.
be a different
Yeah.
type of manicure for someone like me. But
That's a good point. That's a good point.
but no, I mean, actually, that's a very good question. I would be cautious. You don't want them to get rid of those calluses. You've earned those calluses.
Right, right. Yeah, maybe I'll
However,
just
doesn't mean they can't do any magic on those feet. You're on your feet all day, walking back and forth from the
That's
forge
true.
to the anvil, the forge to the anvil.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
So maybe look for something like that. And if you I kind of like don't scoot closer, but like lean closer.
Hmm.
Have you noticed anything weird around here at all? Strange, maybe unpleasant.
I mean, I haven't been here that long. I
Yeah.
saw you guys as was just changing, so I kind of
Okay.
just have seen this room, but
Right.
should I be concerned? Is there something weird
Let's just.
happening?
I have not seen any proof of anything weird happening.
Okay,
However,
okay.
and I think that like Rybar was trying to use this guy to get information, but he also hearing that he's a blacksmith is like, okay, well now I'm gonna talk to you for real now.
Sure.
So I think he says, let's just say that when I am at the location, it is usually because something not great is happening. We were told that a friend had gone missing. He had gone missing near where we found that book, and was a worshiper of. And he gestures. He doesn't say the name, but he gestures towards the statue,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "So we only assumed that he would have come through here, but no one seems to have seen him. So we're just a little worried. That's all."
Mm. Well, maybe he's just playing hooky. It's a nice place. I wouldn't be upset if I stayed here a couple days,
Right.
But I mean, I'll keep an eye out, and I guess I don't plan on being here more than like a couple hours, but I'll let you know if I hear anything, see
Same.
anything.
Same. I'll just be on the lookout for yourself, But also enjoy yourself. Like I said, I have no
Yeah.
reason to believe there's anything nefarious happening.
Sure. Yep. Well, I hope you find your friend.
Thanks, appreciate it. I hope you have a good time. And I stand up and just look at him, just standing out of water. Have a good day.
And now that there's the like blacksmith, like he's just like, yeah, you too. Like just fully is not embarrassed anymore.
Yeah. I walk over and I wait for him to kind of like turn his attention back to like the bath.
Yeah, he definitely just like settles in and kind
yeah.
of like, relaxes again.
And then I just put on my belt, my bracers, and the robe. If he kind of like leans back and closes his eyes, I just want to go check out both these statues and see if there's anything interesting or mechanical, surprisingly, or just anything about these statues. I'm gonna look them over.
Okay, give me investigation.
No, this one. Come on, Pike. It's a 9.
With a 9, don't really see anything. They look like stone statues. Very ornately carved. From seeing her in the book, you can easily tell the vi visions of Soon in these statues. And very delicate features, like expertly carved into the stone. But that's all you really notice.
Okay. I would just head back out towards the main lobby and then probably head towards the bar area.
Okay. So from there, um,
And I know time will have passed.
Opal, you want a massage. So in your robe, you go back up to the counter and
Could I,
approach.
sorry,
Nope.
on my way up, would I be able to cast, okay, so I know that I haven't actually met this dude, but like knowing what the scribe's robes look like, do you think that would be enough for me to cast like a locate object?
I think, I think the scribe's robes aren't unique enough that
Mhm.
locate object would be hard to do on his specific robe unless you had
That's
seen a
fair.
very specific feature of it.
Okay. Then yes, I will just walk up and ask.
Okay. Oh, hello. I hope you are finding your robe comfortable.
Oh, lovely. I was hoping to get a massage. Where would I do that?
Oh, yes, excellent. If you head through the doors to your right, go past the bar, past where we're currently giving our manicures and pedicures, you'll see a double door set, and if you walk through those doors, you'll see our masseuse there. Currently, I don't believe he has any appointments unless he had a walk-in. He should be readily available for you to get a massage.
Great, thank you.
Of course.
And I'm gonna head that way, but I'm gonna look for any like other doors other than the ones that he specifically said to go through on that route.
Okay, great. Then, do do do. Right there and right here. Um, so as you enter, and Ezra, since you're would have just entered this area as well, you will see Ezra in this room. So what you both see as you first enter is several people in this room. First at the bar that is directly in front, excuse me, in front of you. You see one person behind the bar that does seem to be making drinks, is likely the bartender. You see two human males sitting next to each other at the bar top itself. They have their kind of swivel chairs turned around. Um, they are, uh, like I said, human, with short brown hair. Both have pretty burly beards. Um, and are in their white robes as everyone else is. One looks a little bit short and stocky compared to the other that is a little bit taller, but like I said, both have bushy beards. The shorter one is kind of leaning closer to the taller one and has his hand on the other one's leg, seeming like they are together. And they are talking to this beautiful moon elf that is chatting with them currently. Where's my better description of her besides just moon elf? There we go. So she is quite tall and slender, and like I said, moon elf, which means she has quite blue skin and light features. She has very dark but smooth back black hair that kind of just goes back across her back. And she has pretty deep blue sapphire eyes that do have like a fun little sparkle to them as well. Um, and so you hear her talking to these two, and as you continue to walk through the area, you easily overhear what they're talking about. Is they're just talking about her explaining some of the additional treatments that the curators offer their guests outside of the kind of main menu. After some time getting to know the guests of the bathhouse, they can kind of curate some special either treatments or as the book said, alterations, transformations, things like that that are just, again, quite the upcharge, but also available to those that the curators specifically seek out. You see a person in the classic attire of the white linen shirt and trousers with a white vest over it, currently giving someone a manicure. This woman has braided hair that kind of braids all the way back into one bigger braid that goes along her back. She's in the white robe, sitting there, has kind of very sharp features, seems to be human as well. Um, and is just kind of like lazily holding her hand out while the worker is currently uh, filing her nails. So, specifically for doors that you see through this room, you do see one behind the bar that heads to another area that is behind the bar. So, you'd have to um, lift up one of those bar top access to get behind the bar to that door. And then you see the double doors, which you believe would lead you to the massage, and then you see one more door just down that little hallway that you're at right now.
I think honestly, having basically walked into this room like with Ezra, seeing that Ezra is here, I think I would stop with her for a minute.
Okay.
And just to sort of like plan together since we're in the same area.
Okay, so for the brief, we'll say minute that Opal hasn't yet joined you, Ezra, what do you do upon entering this room and seeing exactly what I just described?
I like want to bother everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm level 5 now and I'm a big girl and I can handle myself and we're on a mission. So I think that I would just go up and sit next to this bar stool, definitely not bothering anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And probably ask for a food menu.
Okay.
And if I knew Opal was there too, I would invite her as well. Do you want to get food with me? I'm gonna
Yes,
get food.
maybe give food and ask the bartender some questions.
Yes, because
Oh God.
I feel like the help is gonna be our best bet, right?
Well, and I was told that the massages are down this hallway. And I think that there might be some places we could sneak there. So that maybe is the next step.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They keep saying a bunch of words like massage and pedicure, and I don't know what
So-
any of that means.
A massage is like, let me see your hand. And I'll give her a little like hand massage.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. But you could get like a back massage or a foot massage. It works out your muscles.
Like, okay,
A
I'll try
pedicure
it.
is when you get your toenails fixed.
Okay. Thank you.
Manicure is when you get your fingernails fixed. I don't think we have a ton of time for a lot of that, but I think food is a good idea.
Always good with food.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I tell you a secret before we
Of
get food?
course. Of
Or
course.
while we're looking at this menu?
Uh-huh.
I don't think that Cinnamon is that impressive.
Oh, he's not.
Okay, we're all,
But he's very important to Thomas.
but he
And
didn't even
we
go
like
as fast
Thomas.
as horses that I've ridden. There was not a
No.
lot of.
Cinnamon is average.
I don't even know if
One of the
Cinnamon
more
really
average
likes
horses.
Thomas. Yet.
I think that Cinnamon is an extension of Thomas and therefore does like Thomas.
And therefore,
a
no,
lot.
probably does not like Thomas.
I was like, okay. Thank you. I just needed to say that.
Oh no, it's just we all know.
Both of you give
Except
me
Thomas.
stealth checks to see if anyone can overhear what you're saying right now.
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
Thomas can't hear anything. He's having a fit fest. I don't have. Oh, I do have a +2 to stealth. Okay, that's a 10.
13.
Okay. Um, okay. So you went to order food, so I assume you waved down the person
Yep.
behind the bar.
I would love some of these fried potato sticks, please.
So she comes over to you both and here's the fried potato sticks and just nods and smiles and says, and then looks at you, Opal.
Is there anything on the menu that's like fish related?
And she
Fried
nods.
fish sticks.
Yeah, I'll have the fish sticks. And we were supposed to meet a friend here. We were just wondering if you've seen a dwarf man in the last couple days. I think he came ahead of us.
She shakes her head no.
Why?
Can I make an insight check on her head shape?
Sure.
Can I see what the reaction of the people next to us is if they hear anything about dwarf?
Sure, give me an insight check.
15.
Okay.
I am proficient at insight, and I still got an 8.
Um, Ezra, you don't really notice anything about the people you're sitting around. Opal, you it's hard to tell by just like nods of yes or no whether this woman's telling the truth. But it does seem odd that she's not. It seems odd almost that she has like emotionless besides happy. Like she's smiling and nodding. Even when she's saying no, she's kind of smiling and nodding. And it just seems a little odd.
Okay. Can I make kind of an insight check on it seems like this woman over here, the moon elf, also works here, right?
Hmm.
Can I just make an insight check to see if she's giving off that same like kind of dazed vibe?
Sure.
Ooh, 12.
With the 12, you immediately one notice that she has been talking to the two men in front of her since you've
Okay.
entered. So she's at least verbal. She does seem to hold some stature of herself, to be more than just someone who works here, but by what you've already overheard, can tell that she is involved in this temple in some way. Um, Soon after you guys sat down, she kind of finished her conversation as you guys were chatting, and actually, right as you guys finish and are ordering food and kind of look at her, she's turning around to leave, and walks back out this way and across.
Um,
Opal, have you ever had fried potato sticks before? They are
hmm.
very good.
No, I haven't. I'll
The-
have to. May I try some of yours?
Yes, please. Can I have one of your fried fish sticks?
Yes.
Amazing.
So after you
Trays.
order, you see the person, it's
Oh,
not
we haven't-
immediate because it's, they have to prepare the things.
Sure, sure.
So she disappears behind that door and is in the back for a while. And so you guys are there probably, it doesn't take too long. It probably takes like 5 minutes for the food to be prepared and brought out to you. And
I look at Opal. I say, "Have you ever had a Krispy Kreme? Was it crispy?" Sure, sure.
Um, I'll just quietly to Ezra say, you should talk to the people next to you.
Um, for sure. And I'll turn to nothing going on, not a brain cell. I just turn around and I say, "Hi."
So after the Moon Elf left, both of them kind of swiveled their chairs back to the bar, and continued kind of nibbling on the food that they still had left, sipping on some dark liquid in their glasses, and were kind of talking quietly between themselves, noticing that they're now not alone at this bar, so talking a little bit more quietly in more private conversation. As you turn to the one on the your right, which was the more short and stocky one, he kind of not fully turns to you, but kind of just turns his head and says, "Oh, hello."
Have you ever had fried potato sticks before?
Yes,
Do you
course.
like them?
What's not to like?
My friend Opal has not had. Oh, she's gone. Okay.
She had to pee.
She's never had them before, and I'm telling her, amazing. We also have a friend who we get into this argument all the time because he says, as a dwarf, I'm already underground enough. I don't need to eat potatoes. He was supposed to be here. Have you seen a dwarf around?
Oh yes, we are supposed to meet a dwarf here. That was a funny way to get it. Yes, he might have been here a couple days ago. How long have you two been here?
Uh, we've only spent one night so far,
Hmm.
but
Do you think you've seen him around?
Leopold, was there a dwarf in the bath when we first arrived? And the one called Leopold, the tall and skinny one, kind of looks back. You know, maybe, but I couldn't be sure. It was just there was a man in the bath when we arrived, but it was hard to say if he was a dwarf or not.
You haven't seen him since the first day?
No, I don't think we have. We went to our room pretty quickly, and I hadn't really seen him since.
Hmm. We've never been here. Does everything seem safe? Seems like a good business.
Yes, we actually frequent this establishment. What would you say, Vernon? Like, every
Hmm?
quarter or something? Yeah,
Oh,
that sounds about right.
lovely.
Are you in love?
Any
Well, yes, we are married, so I would hope so. And
And I
Vernon
like
kind of
smack
eyes
Opal on the
Leopold.
shoulder. Darren,
any recommendations?
Oh, well, I mean, it'd be harder to tell you what not to recommend. Everything here has been wonderful every time we visited.
All right, well, enjoy yourselves.
Thank you, you as well.
why'd you say it like that?
That's right.
Oh,
Okay, well,
good job being in love.
thank you. They kind of go back to like whispering, like,
Are the fries here yet?
yeah, I would say, in the time of that quick chat, they were probably delivered. And you have your food in front of you before.
I
end the
eat a
conversation.
Should
fry
we?
and then a fry and then a fry and I just keep on.
I'll like grab my plate and kind of motion to this table over here to just be able to speak more privately.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that we should sneak down this hallway.
Sneak.
Well, I mean, the massage was this way, so we don't have to sneak, but sneak maybe places that we're not supposed to be.
Ooh, like we don't pay for them.
Or like maybe they are reserved for the people who work here.
Oh, yes. That
Mm.
is a great idea. And I just shove the rest of my fries in my mouth.
Oh,
and
I didn't try one. Oh no, no, no. Maybe on the way out.
Really
I'll get one. Nope, nope, nope. I'll get up and
This
start
one didn't
walking.
touch my cheeks or anything. Okay.
I'll just start walking down this hallway. All right, and I'm looking for doors that say like employees only or doors that are like not clearly marked in any way.
Okay. Before you do, both of you go ahead and give me
Uh-oh.
We're about to battle.
perception checks.
I like that we ended up together. Oh no, why am I rolling so bad? I know why.
23.
10.
Okay.
I'm trying not to choke on fries.
Ezra, as you're eating these fries, you're eating them so fast that like as soon as you're done eating them, like you feel the like lump like go all the way down your throat and into your stomach, so you're like a little like heartburny as
Oh,
soon as
ew.
you finish eating the fries.
Hate that feeling.
Opal, with your fried fish, it tasted really good, but there was like some ingredient, something in there too that you couldn't quite place.
Uh-oh.
And you also get kind of a sense of heartburn as well.
I don't think cats
Don't
can
like
eat
that.
oil.
And we're gonna pause with the two of you and because by now the
Yeah.
other two might have caught up. So we're gonna jump back first to Mr. Thomas. After you go check out Cinnamon that is outside, do you talk to the person with Cinnamon? Do you just talk to Cinnamon? What do you do?
I completely ignore the person
Great.
who's with Cinnamon, and I'm sorry you had to see that. It was. I know that you would have done a good job with that ropes jump trick, and I just let you down. Can you forgive me?
Cinnamon like positions his eyes so they're like as much as a horse can, looking directly into your eyes, and just gives you a little.
I look over at the person. Can you excuse us, please?
They smile and nod and kind of take like 10 feet back.
Okay, Cinnamon. Just patrol around the grounds. If someone tries to take you to get a bath, let me know. Okay? Otherwise, just look for anything that's out of the ordinary, and I will be just inside. Okay?
Um, this is like a two-way kind of weird telepath connection, right? Or can you just tell it
I
your
don't.
steed things to do? You get
You
any
can
kind of sense back?
communicate with it telepathically. I don't know.
Okay. Um,
It has an
so
intelligence of. It has my. It has an intelligence pretty high. Actually, no, it
really?
doesn't.
Okay.
Actually, no, it doesn't. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, it's okay. Oh, wait. Its intelligence is 6, and it gains the ability to understand one language of your choice that you speak. So,
Okay. So we'll say similar to like other situations, you Cinnamon doesn't say words to you, but you get what he's trying to convey. And so he lets you know that he was like, it seemed he was already on the way to a bath of like, that's where this person was taking him before you called him over. So if that's not what he should do, should he like fight this person? Should he what? He's looking for more instruction on what to do.
just tell me, and then describe who they are, and if need be, just run around in circles so they can't catch you.
Okay, gotcha.
Excellent. All right.
Um,
I love you, Cinnamon.
so you give Cinnamon a last pat and head back inside. As soon as you start walking away, you see the person in the similar white clothing kind of approach Cinnamon, and since it's enough walk to the doorway, you see as like Cinnamon's keeping like a 5 foot distance, and
Yeah.
like the person's kind of like, and then Cinnamon just takes off, and the person starts running after them. Again, silently. You don't hear any like yells of stop or anything like that. You just see the person run after. So you head back inside. I would say, we'll say for fun, you head inside at the same time that Ryvar's heading back down from the baths. Um, and you both see the moon elf exit from the way you know Opal and Ezra have gone and kind of come up to the person at the desk, whisper something to them, and then continue into the workout
What'd
room.
they say to him?
Can
Observant
I?
feet, bitch. Sorry, I know I love you so much. You're not a bitch.
Is that the lip reading thing?
Yeah.
I'm also gonna use divine sense on this.
If you can see
moon
a
elf.
creature's mouth while it is speaking a language you understand, you can interpret what it's saying by reading its lips.
Okay. Then
That's why my passive perception is so high.
And I would say since you're walking down the hallway, you see probably enough of her
You can totally
her
say
lips
no. I was just being silly.
to no, yeah, I mean I think that's the feat in itself of like, and she wouldn't have hidden, like she wouldn't be like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know. So, we'll say that you catch enough words to know that she said that um there seem to be some guests that are trying to make a stir. I'm going to inform the others. Please keep your eye out.
We are not.
Cool.
You also rolled very low for your stealth check when talking about sneaking around this facility. So,
I would also like to use a divine sense on this elf.
okay.
Fae feet are undead.
Well, we're in the Feywild. I hope
That's
that's
it's true, but it could be. I
It
don't
just
know, fiend.
blinds you.
You see that the moon elf is Fae.
Not suspicious so far.
And you see that the man sitting behind the counter is a fiend.
Okay, that's tickling my brain a little bit. Okay.
As I just like see what she says and then continue to walk up to Mr. Thomas and I whisper to him and I say, "You should go check on the girls. Apparently they're up to no good and making it obvious."
Okay. Cinnamon's running around outside if you
Great.
need.
That's exactly what he should be doing.
Thank
God.
you.
And with, again, your passive perception, even still, you kind of glance and you just in the distance, in the meadow, you see Cinnamon running and then just like someone running behind them trying to catch up.
I think
All right, I'll go over here.
I think I'm going to follow the moon elf woman.
Okay, she's Fae.
Oh, fantastic. Is
Okay,
anybody
that-
else Faye in here?
No, but that guy,
Yeah.
that's a fiend.
What?
He's a fiend.
I need
Should we
both
do-
of you to give me stealth checks right now, since you're just chatting in this room with this man watching you.
Hey, good news is that without my armor, I don't have disadvantage.
I didn't do great. I rolled an 8, but I think it's +7.
I got a dirty 1.
A dirty one.
15. God dang it.
As you both are, we'll say like
I think we're so
in this
smooth.
like little corner, and like whispering, and then Mr. Thomas is like clearly like that guy,
That
he's a
guy.
fiend." And like very much not. And soon after you say that, he approaches you both
Oh,
and says, "Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt, but is there something I can help you with? You seem concerned about something."
I just look at Mr. Thomas.
Yes, I couldn't help but noticing, and I don't want to cast aspersions on your character, but I think that you might be evil. Now, do you have any rebuttal to this, or I look at Rybar?
I do this.
He kind of looks at you both. I'm sorry, what has given you the impression that I'm evil? Have
Are
I
you-
said something to offend you,
Do you
or
happen to have fiendish blood in your lineage?
feels a very personal question?
Well, you asked me a question, and so I'm giving you an answer in the form of a question.
Doesn't seem like an answer if it's a question.
We think you're a fiend. How about that?
Yeah.
Is that better?
You're a fiend.
I tried
I
to do it. I tried to do it in a nicer way.
I actually don't think I know you're a fiend.
Okay, so we know you're a fiend. So the fact
So,
that
I mean, there's no coming back from this.
but you
And
might not
you-
be a bad fiend.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say is, so your opinion is all fiends are evil if you're
That's
saying
his-
that I'm evil.
That one's
Yes,
here's the
that
thing.
is my opinion.
I don't
I'm
think
open.
this.
Uh-huh.
Record. I don't think that.
I've dedicated my life to destroying fiends, but I'm willing to
Oh,
give
so
you.
you're going to kill me is not what you're
No,
saying?
I'm giving you a chance to.
No one's. I will not let him kill you.
I'm giving you a chance
we're
to explain
disrupted.
yourself.
Can I roll an while he's like doing this? Can I roll an insight check on this guy to see if like he does not like the fact that we know this, or like if he's genuinely just like offended, or like
Sure. Go ahead.
that's better. That's 18.
Okay. I would say he is definitely surprised that it was found out.
Okay.
He's not necessarily like scared by the information being revealed.
Okay.
Is a little offended at his character being immediately called evil.
Of course.
But also is has like another, how do I word this? It's like there's another emotion there that kind of seems like he's enjoying this banter of like this back and forth and curious to see what happens with it.
Interesting. I just keep my mouth shut and just let Thomas dig a hole.
Yeah, I am willing. It is your turn. The floor is yours to explain why you are not evil, given what we know about you, which is that you are a fiend, and what we know about me, in which I am dedicated to destroying fiends.
Um, well, I think there's already the flaw in your logic of assuming I'm evil because I'm a fiend. I have not recently done anything. I man a front desk at a bathhouse. That is my job right now. I
Your
don't
response,
know.
Thomas?
Well, I think that the price is steep,
I
and
don't make the
the
prices.
the fact that you would not let my horse in here is
I don't make the
Completely
rules.
understandable.
okay. Fine. Um. Well then, I guess we have come to an impasse.
Hmm. If you have an issue with the prices and things, maybe you actually have an issue with the curators of this establishment and should take it up with them.
The sun elf and the moon elf and other elves, I assume.
Yes, the third elf, yes.
Hmm. Excellent. I actually will. Thank you.
Excellent.
Hmm. All right.
Well, I'll just be behind my desk being an evil fiend, waiting for more patrons to attend this establishment.
Hmm.
He got you there, Thomas.
All
You're a
right.
real prick.
Excellent. Um, if you don't, I'm actually going to go into the changing room to grab my armor.
Hmm.
So if you need me, thank you. I walked in my changing room.
Okay.
I start putting my armor back on.
Okay.
So
Takes you a
like,
couple minutes,
while you're
Ryvar.
yeah. So are you evil though?
No,
Okay, cool.
I don't think so.
It's good. This place has weird vibe. You know, it's got a weird vibe.
Hmm. So why are you actually here besides to destroy fiends?
I'm not. I have nothing personally against fiends, other than the fact that, you know, if I have to kill them, I will. But that's only if they're mean to me or threaten me or my loved ones. You know, so like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mean to me is an exaggeration. You can be mean to me, and I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not a murderer, and I know that I'm not. Okay, so I'm only going to do something if you do something to me. So if you don't do something to me, we're kosher, dude. We're good.
When you say that, I stick my head out and I look at Ryvar. No.
I'm going to be
Yes,
honest
but you
with
still
you
didn't
right now.
answer my
We're
question.
looking for our friend who you said
Mm-hmm.
you didn't know if they're around. We're worried about them and their mental health.
Huh.
And we've been searching for them, and we're worried that maybe you've done something to them. To be honest with you, that's what we're worried about.
Hmm. And when you say we, it's the two of you and the other two you entered with, yes?
Oh no, we saw them in the streets. They're just, you know, a couple hot girls. But me and
Mm.
that guy, we're the ones that are together. Those other, they're fine. No need to pay attention to them
Hmm.
at all. So
How long have the two of you been together?
me and Thomas,
Mhm.
we've been married for about. This is our honeymoon, actually. That's not true. I just lied to you. I have known that man for a year.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I would
So are you doing
say
something bad here?
I am not, no.
I don't like.
Uh.
Excuse me. Okay, okay, guy. You're saying you're over here. You're like, I'm not evil, and then just then I'm like, are you doing something bad? And you're like, no, I'm not. That's weird.
Excuse me, fiend. Do you have any hot towels?
Yes, I do. And he goes over to the trunk and pulls one out and brings
Wait,
it to you.
while he's going to deliver him a hot towel, I,
Uh-huh.
as quickly as I can, look over this desk and see if I see anything.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Oh my god. And we're the ones being reported?
That's a fantastic 12.
Okay. In
Oh,
the
yeah.
very short amount of time it
Yeah.
takes him just to walk down the hallway,
Yep.
you like peek and you're like, you see that there is a guest book for those
I
that
try
do
to swipe
stay
it.
the night. Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
That's much better. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. So you just like quickly see that, swipe it, put it in your robe, and then like do the like casual lean in against the desk waiting for him to come back.
Ugh.
He comes back to continue conversation with you, and says, if it might not be just the two of you, you might be able to handle what is to come here should you poke around too much. And if it is more that I deem capable, there might be a agreement we can come to. But if not, I'm gonna stick my neck out.
Wait, what? What did he say? So he's saying, can you? What did he just? Can you repeat?
Because so you you reacted to him saying, "I'm not doing anything evil,"
Yes,
and you were
yes.
just like, "Okay, come on, we know what that means."
Yeah.
So he came back and said, "If it is just the two of you,
Me, Mr. Thomas.
he doesn't think you could handle
Gotcha.
like whatever is to come.
Okay, so he's.
If maybe the other two are actually with you, he may be able to talk more about some agreement that you could come to that benefits both of you."
Oh, so he's trying to be like, hey, listen, I just work for these people. Okay, can I insight check him to see if he's genuinely interested in helping me, or if this is some kind of like trap?
Sure.
It's a 9 plus 6 is 15.
You can tell with a 15 he definitely knows something. Um, and I think you can also easily tell with a 15 he's not going to give up information without something to benefit himself in return.
I think that I. Oh Lord. Okay. Sorry. Average intelligence, high wisdom. So I'm like, dude, he's a fiend. He's being secretive with the stuff that he's saying. I don't trust this guy. So I'm gonna say,
What you gonna do?
well, unfortunately for me and my friend, it is just us. So that sucks. But
And I wish you the best to find your friend.
But got your books, so got it. You want it? Grab it. Grab the book.
Oh my god.
Give me athletics or acrobatics check.
I got my leg caught my armor.
That's a 23.
Okay. He kind of like looks at you and does like the swipe for it, and you just whoop, pull it out. He said, I can tell you there's nothing in that book besides a name that would confirm, I think, what you already know.
So why are you being so weird, dude? Okay, what if I told
What do you mean?
What if I told you I had 200 gold with your name on it?
Gold is not what I'm after.
Oh, Fucking fiends.
He wants your firstborn.
um. Fudge sickle, man. I just kind of like look at the book. I do open it and I do go, do I see his name on it?
You go a couple pages back and you see no last name, but you do see the first name Falthrax in those that are staying at least one night. And it's noted that one night, um, and then we'll follow up for more should he want to stay longer.
Does it look like anyone ever chooses to stay longer than one night?
You definitely see like multiple nights listed of people who already have come here would likely say like, okay, I'm gonna take a long weekend here and I'm gonna spend 3 days, and so you see 2 nights and you see 3 nights. So it's not like it's a one night and then like check in. There's like a potential for like maybe first timers, maybe people that aren't sure what they want to do. That there's the occasional note that says like 1 day, and then it might say like follow up if they're interested for more.
Last question, Jema.
Okay.
How tough does this guy look?
Right now, he, as described, he's is a human man, um, beautiful and like so slightly muscular, but not like beefy like the guy you met in the baths, and is just wearing a um,
Which means
linen shirt, trousers, and vest.
Which means this is probably an illusionary appearance.
How's it going, Ryvar? Everything good?
I was just contemplating hitting this guy with this book. No, I don't say that. I don't say that. I hand him back the book and I say, sorry,
Okay.
I was just a little joke. I just wanted to show you that I'm quicker than you. So, what are you after? And if you tell me that you are after souls,
No.
Okay, good. You're
Souls
really
don't
not doing
interest me.
Okay, great. You're not doing your kind any service. Okay, great.
But you've already said that it's just the two of you, and I don't believe you are capable. I'm not hedging my bets
I just showed you how quick I am. It's super good.
You are quite quick.
But
The
not
two
quick
of you
enough.
do not stand a chance against what is to come if you choose
Fine.
to take
Yes,
them
they're
on.
with us. Yes, they're with us. Those other two, they're
Oh.
with us.
Finally, some truth.
Yes,
You're not
I've
really-
been telling a lot of truth, actually. Just not some things.
The
So,
curators of this establishment have information, and that is what I'm after.
okay.
To gain that information, you need to get into the tower. I can get you in if you promise to share this information or save this information for me.
Huh. Okay. Let me guess. The curators of this establishment also do not know that you are a fiend.
I did not say that.
But I inferred it, and I'm asking you to confirm or not.
The curators of this establishment know exactly what I am. And currently I am working for them, but I'm not loyal to them.
How do you get us in the tower?
Simple matter of having the right key.
I'm assuming that's not the key I can just take from your unconscious body, right?
You can certainly try.
No.
I caught my leg in my splint mail.
It's okay.
I would say by this point you can come out if I mean
Ooh, okay.
mail takes like a full 5 minutes, and with how the actual time of the conversation, not that much time has passed. It was mostly
We're being
Zach
very
not knowing what to do.
We're being very honest with each other right now.
Thank you. Okay, I have my lance. Everything going okay here with you in this FIEND?
FIND.
We'll warn you, walking around this spa in full armor will cause attention. That is the whole reason we have these changing rooms. So unless you choose to do something right now, I'm not sure what your plan is.
Well, maybe I want attention.
He can help us get into the tower.
Okay, what's in the tower?
I think our friend.
Oh. Okay. How? How do you get in the tower?
A key.
Okay, that tracks so far.
And I asked if I could get this off his unconscious body, and he said you could try.
Okay.
He doesn't think we're capable, just the two of us.
Well, you're actually missing some of our companions.
Yes, that truth was finally told.
I point outside to my horse running in the distance.
Oh, is that your horse?
Yes.
Running from-
I want to punch this guy in the face so bad. I mean, so bad. Ugh.
Hmm.
Thomas, maybe you can speak with our friend about exactly what he needs from us
Okay.
while I go work out.
Okay. Yes, of course. Friend, give me the key.
We're gonna pause right there and go over to Opal and Ezra, who
Absolutely absurd.
that took so long. They're not gonna meet you before you go sneaking, so we're just gonna have you sneak away and say that probably during some of that conversation would line up to about pausing at the same time of your conversation, the conversation with the humans, and then their conversation with
Yeah,
this
that makes
front
sense.
desk person probably lines up. So as Ryvar is going to go work out and Mr. Thomas is going to talk to this fiend, you guys are going to sneak down this hallway.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Give me stealth checks. I will say there is a worker very clearly here. Yes, doing a manicure, but looking in your general direction occasionally.
Yeah, I think we should like keep it pretty casual, but like the stealth is like trying to open doors that aren't marked or looking through the cracks in the doors kind of a thing.
Okay. Do you start that with this door right here?
Sure, yeah, why not?
Okay. Um, it is give me perception checks then.
Ooh.
And we'll carry this on kind of through your
Ooh,
whole
17.
Ooh, 22.
Cool. So what you notice about this door is it's one of those kind of more swinging doors. It's not an actual closed door. It seems like a transition area into the next another hallway. So if you kind of look through the crack briefly, you can see across the way another door, and then a hallway that actually leads to the right, and then kind of a dead end immediately to the left. Opal, you're muted.
Did you say that that's this double door right here?
The single door.
Oh, the single door. Okay. And then Ezra, are you in front of a door or no?
I am, and I just to like be chill. If it's is it a swinging door again?
Mm-hmm.
I would cast Gust to like just so I'm not going up to the door to like look
Oh,
in
sure,
and be a
yeah.
little less conspicuous, but still be able to see like if something's in there. So I would just like
Mhm.
and see if it opens.
So we'll say you get roughly that view of the hallway. You see a door across the way that looks more like a normal door. It has a lock and a handle and everything. You see a person dressed in white linens that's currently putting like a duster and some rags back in a little cart that he has. So it looks like he might be like the cleaning service of this establishment, maybe the janitor kind of thing. So he's gathering some cleaning, and then we'll continue down the hall.
Is that the what Opal sees?
That's what both of you see through that door.
I did it on this door. Or I wanted to.
Oh. Sorry.
So if that changes
Yeah.
what I see.
Um
But Opal would still see that, right?
Yes,
Or-
Opal can still see that.
Okay.
We'll say with the So they're both swinging doors because they're like transition doors. And so what you see, Ezra, is another worker. This one is female and it looks like a stock room. So a lot of crates and barrels, some open at the beginning, at the top. And she's taking what looks like just like inventory. So like kind of counting, making notes, counting, making notes. Does
Oh.
kind of turn at the door and like sees you through the door and then just like smiles and nods a little bit, goes back to what she's doing.
Hey, there's someone in there.
There's someone this way too. I think the
Ah.
massages are straight further down this hall. Should we keep going?
Yes. That was just a stock room, I think. I don't know. We're gonna have to talk to someone.
Do you think we should maybe see if everyone else is back toward the front and plan that way? It seems like maybe we're not going to get very far without sneaking and we could get stuck.
Well, is there something this way, JMO? That's like more this way, or is this a dead end?
That's a dead end, so yeah. This is a dead end. You know the massages are through the double door right here.
Oh,
And then
let's
you
go.
know this is a hallway that extends past the janitor.
So this we can assume is an employee only.
Yeah. So the stock
Nar.
room just looks like a small room. You didn't see any interior doors of that room.
Yeah.
So that door probably just led to that. And then again, you saw another door farther north. And I will say, Opal, you saw enough windows that you can assume that this is like the hotel portion of the bathhouse. If you
Mhm.
know that like kind of on that corner was a bunch of rooms, that's likely what might be down this hallway. And then this janitor's like housekeeping and
Okay,
cleaning
yeah.
the rooms and making the beds and stuff.
What if we just quickly into and go
Into
past
this hall.
this person?
Oh, well, but we could go, I mean, we could just go through these double doors and act like we're about to go get a massage.
But from there, can we get into the hotel?
I don't know.
It's a chance. But now we look, there's a door. Look, we could just go through this door, This person.
Okay, lead the way. Just act confused if we get caught.
Okay.
Say we thought the
Okay.
massages were this way.
I crack open the door and I try to cartoon style across to this door.
Mhm. To the door directly across this one.
Yeah.
Okay. You cartoon style across and try to open the door and it is locked.
I immediately like dun 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 dun. And
Okay.
back.
You don't notice the janitor notice you at all. Like I said, he had put things and he was even starting to kind of go down the way, which even with your quick little walk, you see this. So you see a little bit more down the
Okay.
hallway, and he kind of moved on, and seems to be stopped now at that point, and is
But-
taking things out of his cart and might be doing something, but you don't know.
So are those doors then like doors to rooms?
That's
like
from
hotel
what Opal
rooms?
saw in
Yeah,
the
that's what it
windows.
seemed
That's
like.
what you can assume.
So we would need keys then for all
Yes.
of these.
Yeah.
I think we should go back and see if we can find Thomas and Rib.
But I want to show that I can do stuff without them.
Yes, and we checked out the bar and that couple at the bar told us they thought that they saw a dwarf 2 days ago. We got some information.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be cool
You
if
did a
we
great
could
job.
find the dwarf and rescue him and take him back to his friends and everything would be great?
And we will. We just need a little help.
That gives me an idea for a comic.
I don't think they're real.
All right,
That's
let's
just a
go.
legend.
Come on.
All right, so you
The
guys
whole
head
thing was
out.
Ezra's imagination.
Campaign 2 was just Ezra's
It would
comic.
make a lot of sense based on the events of campaign 2.
So you both
Um,
head out
Yeah.
back into the lobby area. By then, you only see Mr. Thomas talking to this person, which you know to be the man behind the front desk. Um, and Ryvar, you've already broken off and have headed into the workout room where you see both of the elves in that room
I'm trying to
as you
stealth into
enter.
this room, by the way,
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
and like overhear a conversation if I can.
Okay.
Come on. Oh, that's nice. That's 16 plus 7. 23.
Ooh.
Okay, I would say you are able to quietly open this door just enough to kind of like slip in. You can see them having a conversation,
Uh-huh.
kind of across the way, and there's enough greenery in here that you kind of find a couple good bushes, a big tree to like stealth behind and feel pretty confident that you're being pretty sneaky. You don't like step on a twig accidentally or anything like that.
Gotcha.
So with you about to eavesdrop and the rest and Mr. Thomas interrogating a fiend and Opal and Ezra walking into a nonsense conversation probably, that is where we're going to end
Cliffhanger.
Oh my
What
god.
a cliffhanger.
Ooh.
Oh man, that's I love putting ourselves in situations where Jane was like, "What do I do when they die?" We
How
Like
do
we
I
all
get
split
them
up
back?
Wake up,
immediately.
it was Ezra's comic all along. That's my next ploy.
I used to have these friends that got themselves killed.
That was awesome,
Um,
J-Mo. Thank you.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I'm
Jamie.
Yeah.
excited to see where it goes from here. This was a fun one that it was could have really done anything with it, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
So next week we'll get to continue, and I'm very excited about it. And we did everything admin at the beginning, so we don't have to do anything like that. But thank you to my players for this session, best players ever, and Zach is now one of them, which is always fun for a little change. And I say it every time, which is less than how many times Zach says it, but I still mean it every time. And everybody say bye.
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 See you next week.